Hello everyone, welcome on in. What's going on? Happy Monday. Today we've got Darren from PWS joining us at some point. We've been playing catch up this week. We've had a couple of callbacks, not callbacks from the customer necessarily, but stuff that we've had to go back to because it's gone wrong.
I only said ow because I burnt my finger with that boiling water.
Thank you. Lovely mug, thank you.
Welcome.
Appreciate you. Check out one of these. I've reset some block paving today. It's not often that we do it. What's it called? Discord. So you know when the customer says, "Oh, I've had a bit in the corner that's sunk. Can you sort that out?" Quite often we'll just be like, "Not really." Like if it's a big area. But check this out. Oh, I haven't even got the after. I haven't got the final product. But you can see it's like totally shifted where people have been driving it on the corner of the drive. This slab has like totally come loose. And so I've had to basically pull out this whole section of driveway because it's dipped up the top here as well. All that's dipped down so the water collects there. Scraped all the old stuff out. Put some new sand in. Re-leveled it all. And I don't have an after picture to show you, so that's useful, isn't it? Tracy, welcome. Genesis, welcome. Tintins, how you doing? Elliot, Matt, how's it going? Another thing we've done, I'm gonna have to put it in the. I'll put it in the Discord now. But we had a callback on this. Well, it wasn't a callback. We decided to go back ourselves. Does anyone remember that slate patio that we posted about the other week? Well, it bloomed, so all of the Nexus Titan just sort of went white on the surface, and so we had to go back and rectify that, and that was a horrible job, but it's done now, it's sorted. It was too hot really for what we were doing. Oh, Doris, not right now. Not right now, Doris, I'm sorry. So Maya saw this top about a month back, maybe a couple of months back, and she was trying to figure out what it says, and I said to her, I'll give you some money, I'll give you £5 if you can figure out what it says. And she's been guessing every time she sees the t-shirt, and today she guessed game, so she got game right, and I was like, yeah, perfect, but I'm not giving her any more clues. And then eventually at dinner time, what does it say?
Game changer.
Game changer. Well done. Very good reading. Luke, welcome. Stripe. Had to create a new Facebook page because you deleted your old one by mistake. Oh no. Oh dearie me. Dearie me. Are you going to bed now? Alright. Love you.
Look. Oopsie.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Sure?
I couldn't. Yeah. Do you want to see what I did today? When I was like at Nanny's.
Oh yeah.
I broke my ankle.
I'll have to see if I can find you some money in my wallet in the morning, okay?
Money.
Good night.
Good night.
I love you.
Love you.
So here's the slate job that we did. So this is how it looked.
Bye-bye.
Hang on 2 seconds.
Good night, Daddy.
Good night, I love you. Music was a little bit overstimulating. Right, this is how it looked after we were done. Like a couple of days later, it had just turned all white and horrible, which was pretty devastating. It was quite a big area as well. So we had this Eco Protec creamy stuff. And I thought it'd be a good idea to roll it on. So we have these little mini rollers. Oh, you can't see, there we go. And that just took ages. I thought, you know, it's only thin. They're quite dense. I reckon one pass and we'll have it done. And it took 3 passes with this stuff. We got it clear in the end, but like, this is what we were doing. I was rolling it on, and then basically because it was so hot, it was drying really quickly. And so Kieran was having to go ahead of me or behind me, and sort of we left it for like 3-4 minutes. It says don't leave it any longer than half an hour, and we tried half an hour the first time, even in the shade, and it didn't work. And so we found that if we get it on, leave it for a couple of minutes, then wash it off, it works much better. But you can't get this wet. As soon as you get it wet, it stops the product activating, which is what Matt told me. So he was having to stay far enough behind me where he wasn't getting my bit wet that I'd just put on. So this is how it looked after the first pass. You can see all those swirl marks from the flat surface cleaner. So we did all right. We got a lot of it off, but it sort of made it look worse afterwards. But yeah, that was a horrible day, horrible afternoon, especially after we just sealed the tarmac driveway as well. We just where did I post it? Did I post it in sealing? We had just got this one done. First time I've ever like cut a driveway down the middle. So we did that in the morning, and then having to do that one in the afternoon was just killed me off. I was done by the end of it. Absolutely done. Should have got a smaller roller. I know, as when we were doing it, I thought, why didn't, like, we had a big scuttle, why didn't I get a bigger roller? And then we towards the end we actually started using a brush, like a soft brush, and it works so much better. Like you can see here, see how much thicker it goes on with the soft brush. But you use a lot more product obviously, but I got 3 tubs and it was just the perfect amount. And then the final result looked like that. So we fixed it, we got it done. Just not a fun process at all. By the way, if anyone hasn't yet been added to the members map, you need to send me your proof of insurance. So in the Discord, we've got this new members map which will be hosted on my website, so that customers from all over the country will be able to get in touch with you. So we've got a few people on there. We've got CTM, we have South Coast, we've got Onyx, we've got me obviously, we've got Exterior Essentials. It's changed the way it's viewing this. I reckon that's because it's in Chrome. Hang on. Copy. Paste. Huh. That's weird. I was trying to show you this bit over here because we can put your logo. So now we can put your logo, and we can do like a splash image as well with a list of all your services and then the details there. So send me your proof of insurance and your proof of 10 5-star reviews. If you're not already in the Discord, if you are already in the Discord, I did an announcement the other day regarding the members map going public. So just have a read through that in the announcement section and then send me a DM. Should we see if Darren's around? Hey up, where do you want me? Oh, I need my other camera. I'll be back in a sec, 2 secs. Did anyone hear Oliver Tree died? I actually don't even know if it's verified. I just heard it. Did a little tribute. Listened to his song. Listened to one of his songs in the kitchen over dinner. Me and May are having a little dance. Right then. That goes on there. So Darren can see me. Do. And then I need to change my settings real quick. Voice and video. Okay. Video call. Go. Evening PJB, welcome. What's going on? Do. Yeah, it's been a hectic couple of weeks. We've just sort of inundated a little bit, and we're like, I'd say probably the busiest we've ever been, and we're also having a couple of issues as well, some like teething issues with certain jobs, and so we're having to go back to a couple of them, and it's just made it a little bit of a nightmare. Darren, I am calling you here on Discord. It's weird, sometimes you can't tell whether someone's calling you on Discord. It's strange. PSI pressure washing, welcome. If anyone's got any questions about equipment or technical questions, this is the live stream / podcast for you, because Darren's going to be here hopefully to help answer all those questions that I can't, you see. And if anyone's in the Discord and you'd like to get some real-time help and advice, you can put them in the chat as well. You can put them in the Discord chat, so you can post pictures and stuff, and hopefully Darren can help you. Hello, matey.
Can I hear you now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Oh, let me know if you get too much feedback off my mic.
There's a lot of feedback coming through.
Now?
I can hear myself. No, that's fine. That's perfect.
It's because I perhaps got you turned up a bit too loud.
How you doing?
I am. Do you know what? For the first time in ages, I feel like I've got my mojo back.
Your mojo? Did you lose it?
Yeah, I've just been miserable and grumpy and working a lot, and the sun never comes out, and all that kind of stuff.
Are you in the new unit now? You moved in?
Oh, that went terrible.
What do you mean?
So, for those that don't know, my landlord decided to. I got my maths wrong. It wasn't 50%; it was 100% increase. They wanted to double the rent
On your current place?
Right. There's the one that you'd know as secret side.
Mm-hmm.
So they wanted to double it on the secret side. So I decided that no matter what, I was not going to pay double the rent. There was just no way I was going to do it. Not interested, not up for it. Double the rent doesn't work. I'm not charging twice as much for my products as I was a year ago. Do you know what I mean? It's not going to happen. So, as you know, I sent you a few pictures. We had a few chin wags. I was looking at moving to a different place. The first place I looked at moving to, I verbally got the deal across the line, shook hands with the, I'm going to say the estate agents, but they're not, are they? They're like solicitors or whatever, the letting agents or whatever they are.
Yeah. They
were going to send me the lease, and the lease never turned up. I chased it down. I sort of sat back a little bit and was like, right, this is fine. It's going to happen. Do you know what I mean? We've sort of shook hands on it. I'm just waiting for the paperwork to arrive. That never arrived. I found a second place, which is the one you saw. Mm-hmm. They just gave me the EBGBs, the landlord did. They were just talking about RPI increases at set terms inside the lease. And it just made me feel weird. And then with all the fuss of the expo, so vans breaking down, nearly not making it, you getting married, all that kind of stuff.
What do you mean? How was the? I forgot I missed the expo. Actually, was it good?
I know.
Was it chaos?
Do you know what? You've probably forgotten now, but there was a really funny story with what happened with our vans. So, because of everything that's going on in my life at the moment with work, back then especially, I really needed my Luton van, my big yellow Luton van, we call it the banana bus, to be fully operational.
Mm-hmm.
So, the Tuesday, the Monday or the Tuesday before, we have to have everything at the expo. And Thursday morning, the banana bus decides to pack up.
Mm.
So normally not a problem, just go rent a van. No big deal. Except I needed the van for after the expo to move units and bits and bobs. So it meant renting one for about a month. Renting one wasn't going to happen. So in the end, I had to buy a Luton van with 2 days notice to get to the expo. And I did a video saying, I don't think we're going to go. It looked like at one point in time, we was not going to make it to the expo. It was going to be like too much for us to do it. But I managed to get a van. Funny story. Got the best bargain in the world in the end ever on the van. I've never dropped lucky like that in my life. And I managed to make it to the expo. And then on the way back from the expo, Jeff gets pulled by the fuzz in the Luton van to be weighed on the weighbridge by Vosa. And of course, I'm cacking it, right? Because, it's full to the roof. Just because it's only supposed to carry 800 kilo doesn't mean there's going to be 800 kilo on the back of it. It means
800.
Yeah, the bigger the van, the less the payload. Same problem with your big van. So a little van, like a little Vivaro, will probably carry 400 kilo more than your big van. Even though your big van's got loads of room. Because bigger van, there's more metal.
Yeah.
Weighs more to start with. So this thing's full to the roof. I initially think they're pulling me over in the trailer because the lights weren't working on the back of it. The number plate was a stuck on piece of A4 paper on the back. Usual stuff. And no, they got Jeff. They put him on the weighbridge. And he was exactly 3.5 ton to the kilo.
So he passed
not 1 kilo under. Not 1 kilo under, not 1 kilo over. It was exactly. So then they started trying to weigh him. Not weigh him, do his axle weights. To try and work out if he was over on his axle weights. And he wasn't. He was bang on. It was brilliant.
That was lucky. So what happened to the new unit?
So I decided, the landlord gave me the EBGBs. We ran out of time to move into the unit before we had to get out of the other one. So in the end, we decided to move everything to the barn. And we decided to make the small side, the current side that we normally work in, tidy it out to be more efficient at work. So we didn't move. We just halved our footprint.
So the place that next door where they're doubling your rent, is that a different landlord to what you've got?
Same landlord, different lease. So the leases were split. And I'm already paying more for the unit that I'm in 24 because the lease was done at a different time.
Yeah. So they're not increasing your rent. They can't increase your rent on the current one. They just did it on the second one. No,
it's not due until that might be a little bit better. Let's turn that one off as well. It might brighten me up a little bit. My camera looks a little bit dark.
You're okay now.
To me, anyway. Yeah, I think that's better. So,
what a nightmare. Is it tight in there now?
Actually, we've probably got more room than we've ever had, ever.
Just because it's tidier?
Yeah. Well, we've got now, so upstairs where we never used to go, is a full build and sub-assembly area. Pro Grip is no longer in 23. Pro Grip is now upstairs in 24. Big developments with that. Daniel's left Pro Grip now.
I saw he was selling his exterior cleaning equipment. What's that all about?
Yeah, do you know what? I've got nothing bad to say about Daniel. I love him to bits. I still think he's a great guy. But he got fed up of doing exterior cleaning. He couldn't cope with the up and down and people let him down last minute. And I don't know if it's because he was Serbian or just the way he is or different upbringing or I can't explain it, but he was particularly bothered by plans changing last minute and then having to jump around. And you well know that you get let down last minute with cleans. Could be because of the weather, could be because they booked it in 2 months in advance and then forgot you were coming or whatever it is. And that was blowing his mind. So he decided to sell his kit and he was going to be a full-time designer. He was pushing for us to move into a bigger unit and he was like, oh, you know, we can pay some towards rent. And we were looking at more suitable places than the one. If I'd have took the one I'd shown you, it probably would have been rushed because it was the only one that was available in the end. And we wanted to find somewhere more suitable for all the businesses. And we moved upstairs. Everything was great. Life was great. He came full-time as a designer. I mean, Pro Grip's probably had its best ever last 6 months since it's been trading. I mean, we make stuff for loads of different companies now, And he went back home to do some family stuff and see his girlfriend for 3 weeks, which isn't unusual. He'd go.
His girlfriend's back in Serbia?
Yeah, so he'd go see his girlfriend. Lovely Millie, lovely girl, lovely lady, woman. And he'd go back and see her for 2 or 3 weeks at a time. Not uncommon, not a big deal. And he came back and brought all the stuff back. I happened to be in Wimbledon, so the time I was in Wimbledon servicing the machine, dropped off the printers that he'd got of Pro Grips that was at home, dropped the laptop off, and sent me an email the next day resigning as director.
Just had enough.
Just like that. We entered a fallout, no crosswords. It's not even like one of us was slagging the other off with behind each other's back or we'd had a row about something. Nothing. Very strange. But we've just continued. It's not been a big deal. I mean, Hallen's always processed the orders. I've always designed a bit of stuff as well as Daniel in the background. It's not been all one-sided. And in fact, I've just finished developing a product which will change roof cleaning a little bit, which enables you to use section 1 of your pole. Oh no, have you not seen what's gone up on our socials today? Do you want to see the big? We've got a game changer to show you today, Jake.
You can't say that word on this live stream, I'm afraid.
I've said it.
It's muted.
I've said it. It's too late.
You're going to get me demonetised.
No, hold on. I wonder if I'm a bit. Let's give that a.
On your Facebook, did you say?
Well, on all of our channels.
What is it?
It is a twin stack hose reel with pump and controller mount for window cleaning and soft wash. But the idea behind it is instead of having a tank down your van with a pump and controller on the front of it that you can't get to, this one.
Sorry, instead of having a pump that you can't get to.
So basically, hold on. Let me think. The best way for me to show you this. Is your WhatsApp connected to your computer?
Yeah.
I'll WhatsApp you some pictures.
Is it mounted in the van?
You mount it in the van.
That's a big battery for a window cleaning setup, isn't it? How do you charge that?
Or you can have a split charge unit in. Most people take them off at night time and charge them up. I've sent you some pictures on WhatsApp so you'd have a still. But basically, if you pause it there. I'll go back a little bit.
You might be a little bit behind on the live stream. There's a bit of a delay.
Right.
I'll get the WhatsApp up. So you're building window cleaning stuff then?
Yeah. Well, we've done combination stuff. We've always done combination stuff. Full disclosure, Stacks isn't my product. We've just got exclusive distribution of it. Basically,
so what's the bit at the top for? Is that for another reel?
Second reel, yeah. As it happens, I've only got one reel in at the moment to hang on it. But you know the clabber reels that everybody just keeps kicking around in the footwell of the vans?
Mm-hmm.
So you'll already have the reel. You hook 2 of them on. And you can put your pump and controller either side on it. You pump at the back and your battery. So all of your infrastructure is on that one little thing. You can then have any size tank you want. If you wanted, even ratchet strapped your bulkhead in your van, if you've got something that's only 200 or 300 litres, do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And away you go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I think it's really neat. Really neat.
It does look smart. We've just done something. It's not similar. It's nowhere near to this level, but getting quite frustrated with it today. We've made a soft washing setup, and so we've got a.
Well, you talked about that ages ago. You got some pictures. Shall we rate it? Tear it apart?
No, we're not doing it today. I haven't.
Oh, come on.
It's not
fully. I
fully.
I could have brought the bell with me.
It's not ready. It's not ready. We've got 2 60-litre tanks, and then obviously the pressure washer water tank as well. And I've got some valves that you just open and close depending on whether you want hypo or biocide or just water or a mix of water and hypo, whatever it might be. And we've got this manifold where they all sort of join together. We've got non-return valves, so you're not getting any biocide leaking down into the hypo, and then it's hooked up to a 50-metre hose reel, and then we've got like a soft washing lance and stuff, and it works really well. Just the positioning of everything is a little bit clumsy at the minute, and I didn't realise.
You know, injecting the product, or you sucking the 2 and sending it all through the pump.
Yeah, doing like that. Yeah, and I didn't realise the 60-litre tank. If it's sealed, I mean, I did realise. I sort of saw it coming. If that tank is sealed at the top, if the lid's screwed on, which you'd want it screwed on because it's 60 litres worth of hypo just sat in the tank. But as soon as you start pulling product through the pump, the tank squeezes in because it's drawing a vacuum, and then at some point it stops sucking because it's drawing such a vacuum it can't suck anymore. And so I realised I had to crack open the lid on the tank and for it to like expand again. And so I think the only way I'm going to be able to figure that out is to have a vented tank. But I don't want the hypo and the biocide venting into the back of the van. I don't mind it when the doors are open and when we're actually using the product, but so I'm going to have to fit like a tap on the top of the tank so that when we're using it, I can open the tap and allow the air to, when you pull the liquid out the tank, it needs to be replaced with air. But then it's something else for the lads to remember to open this tap before they start using it. And it's all just got a little.
Close it off. You want to close it off so the product doesn't go off. It's not about fumes. It's so the product doesn't go off. Because my initial thoughts was we'll just drill a hole in the top of the tank, put a pipe on it, go all the way up to the top of the roof of your van, over the top of your van, down the other side and through the floor and vent through the floor. You want to go far enough up so that it doesn't splash up it and then drain all the tank out. Do you know what I mean?
I see, yeah.
Well, if you do that, the problem will be your hypo will go off quite quickly because it's not in a sealed container.
Yeah, and it's already pre-mixed as well, so it's pre-mixed at 1:1, so it's a 50% mix, or it's a 50-50 mix. So not only have I mixed it with water, but it's also in in another tank now as well, and so
just drill the tank and put a a half-inch pipe on the top of the tank and just vent it through the floor. Go up a little bit so it can't splash and create a Venturi and empty the tank. Go up a little bit, then just send it straight out through the floor and just vent through the floor and be done with it.
You don't think that's going to make the hypo go off?
If you've already pre-mixed it, it's already on its way, in it.
Yeah. I mean, I asked ChatGPT. Actually, I've been using Gemini a lot lately because I've got like a free account with Google. Well, I'm paying for an account with Google, and it gives me Gemini, like unlimited, whatever. And it said that I'll be lucky if I get 3 days out of it. And actually, it's been in the van over the weekend. It's been really hot because we've had the machines running over the weekend as well. In a hot van, no doors open at the back, and it still worked beautifully today. So it worked.
Your idea with it's a good idea, but if depending on your budget, you could put an electronic solenoid on there, so when you turn the pump on, it opens the valve.
Yeah.
And when you turn the pump off, it closes the valve.
That's a nice idea. Yeah. Yeah. So what I'm trying to do is basically streamline. I want to remove all potential safety hazards and all clumsiness. I don't particularly want the lads using the X-Jet. I don't want them having to decant chemicals midway through the day. I'd rather have it all set up and done, and that all they have to do is pull out a lance, hit a button, and they can start putting the chemical down. But we've realised actually by combining them, having biocide and hypo next to each other, and you turn the tap on and off, you've still got 6 litres of fluid of whatever you've just used wrapped up in that 50-metre hose reel. So you've got to either put that back in the tank and start drawing water through to flush it out, or send it into the border, the stones or something.
I would, for the 2 different types of products, I would have a different pump for each, different reel for each.
Yeah, see that. Then you've got another reel. So we were trying to streamline the setup. So it is.
You must have loads of room in that van.
No, not anymore. I don't want barrels of stuff everywhere, and so we've got the 2 tanks. That works perfectly. It removes all the barrels. The last thing I want to do now is add an extra hose reel and an extra pump, and I don't know, an extra controller.
The pump will take the reel will be what will take the space. Pumps are neither here nor there.
Yeah,
it's the reels that are the problem.
Yeah,
the reels are the biggest headache for the jet washers and the window cleaners and everything, because you just run out of open orifices in the vans to stick the reels in.
Yeah,
and especially having reels big enough that they're worth having. That's the other problem.
They need to be like small reels. They've got to be 50 meters, haven't they? At least
minimum.
Yeah. What are we doing tonight, Daz? We haven't really discussed it. Like, did you want to do like a Q&A, like a technical chat, or have you got
just wanted to say hello. Just your face.
Have you got anything you wanted to chat about specifically? We could do questions in the chat. We could. To
be honest, I was hoping Soph was going to be on and was going to get rid of you, and we were going to have a good chin wag and talk about the swimming and find out how life is.
So Darren said he doesn't want to talk to me anymore. He was just hoping you were going to be on.
I mean, it's much better when me and Soph just rib you. It's proper entertainment. Although your gym work looks like it's going good, mate.
My gym work?
You look like you lost a bit of chub out your face. Looking a bit more defined.
Do I? It's just a beard. I think it's probably just.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Thank you, though. Appreciate you.
That's all right. Are you still sticking at it? And the no beer and.
I've been struggling with the beer. I'll be honest. Struggling with the alcohol. Trying to limit it to just weekends, like Friday night, Saturday night, which I've been doing. The craving is definitely there. It's very tempting after a long, hard day at work to. Should we just go to the pub? You know what I mean? And I've got to just sort of get that out of my brain, because I've realised how much time I lose when I've had a drink. So when I've had a couple of beers, could be 2-3 beers, I lose that whole evening because I'm just knackered, and I just want to go to sleep. And then the next day I feel like rubbish, and I'm stressed out of my mind. Everything becomes very overwhelming. I can't focus on any one task. There's just so much that I know I need
Are
to
you
do.
stressed because you know you've had a beer?
No, I'm stressed because I can't get organised and I can't focus on a single task. And so, you know, when you've got this jobs list and instead of starting them and working through them, you end up just procrastinating, looking at it and doing nothing. That's what happens when I have a drink for like the next two days.
Just go for a nap. Everything's better after a nap.
Yeah, and I've found that when I'm completely sober for like for weeks, I'm so much more productive. I'm such a better version of myself. It's just when the weather's nice and you're at a barbecue or you're at a meal out with your family, like it's just so tempting, and I just need to figure it out because I've got more to offer. You know what I mean? And I think drinks getting in the way.
I'm not your sponsor at the AA meeting. It's okay, mate.
Sorry, we got a bit deep there, didn't we? How about you?
I had a phase where I, very much like yourself, I got so much going on, and I didn't know which. Usually, when you're a self-employed person, usually you decide a path, whatever that is. It doesn't matter what it is, and you're driven enough to go away and make it work and make it happen, and you crack on, and you have an idea what you want to do, and you do it, right? And this moving business, this was, am I going to move? Am I not going to move? What do I do? What's the biggest thing was, if I don't take this opportunity, is this the only opportunity to move there? Am I limiting myself by getting rid of next door? Should I keep next door? All of that. And that probably February, March, April, May, I was in a massive void, huge, massive void. I felt like I wasn't myself. I wasn't enjoying turning up to work. I wasn't sleeping, and it was nothing like, oh, can we afford it or can we not afford it? It wasn't those kind of thoughts. It was, am I doing the right thing?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It was that basically was stopping me from sleeping. It was stopping me from being productive. I ended up then, it's just typical, isn't it? You put everything in place to make us more efficient, and then that starts to fall apart a little bit, and you're like, oh, and it's just, I had this thing where it was just one thing on top of another, on top of another, on top of another. And for a while I was like, oh, do I really want to be doing this?
You feel like you're working on the right stuff, but you keep hitting roadblocks.
Yeah, that type of thing. So I'm at the other side of that now. I feel more like me. A couple of really cool things have happened this last 2-3 weeks, which have given me the get up and go to sort of, yes, this is what we're going to do next. Yes, this is the next step. This is my next movement forwards. This is the next plan for the next 12-18 months. You know what I mean? That type of thing. And then that, knowing what I want to try and achieve, is helping me stay focused on the steps I need to take.
I've always struggled with goals because there's so many opportunities, and it's quite often it's about the opportunities that you turn down rather than the ones that you accept. And I've always looked at certain things as like that's going to be a distraction from the goal, but then what is the goal? I've never really been very good at setting goals. What's your goal? Have you got like a goal in mind that you want to do?
Well, my first goal was to get a McLaren, wasn't it? That was,
Oh yeah.
that was goal number one. I wanted to buy a McLaren last year so I could go and do some supercar days. Don't want one to have one to keep. I just want one for 12 months, weigh a bit of pension money in, get off it, something quite low appreciating, and just have some fun for a year. That was a goal that I wanted to do. But no, it's not like that. It's at the moment, it's all where I want to be with work. I'm what's the next think, you know what I mean? What is the next step? And I don't know if it's the pop-ups I'm seeing pop up around the place that's making me think I need to stay innovative and on top of my game, you know, and all the things that are driving me to try and be a better version of myself, make the company a better version of itself. I'm ever mithered in my head about what I think the government is doing to small businesses at the moment. I think it's much harder to try and keep the money that you actually make as a small business. I think that's quite difficult. More so than it was 10 years ago. So there's that. But no, I'm in quite a good place at the moment, mate. I went and brought an orange thing that made me smile. Bored of it now, want something faster.
You're bored of it?
I'm not bored of it. I did, though, when I was giving it death, think it could do with being a bit faster. I mean, it's only 500 horsepower. It could do with a little bit more.
It weighs probably nothing.
It's got 4 seats. So I can take both kids to school.
There you go. It's an absolute dad wagon.
Dad wagon. You know what I mean? But no, I mean, I think that I don't ever come on these to sit and particularly talk promotion about stuff. I come on here to try and support the people of the channels and give proper technical advice. And our favourite thing at work at the moment when we do stuff is rating people's vans for fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we joked about the Ball of Shame, right? Game of Thrones, isn't it, where she walks down going shame with the bell. Customer turns up and actually donates a bell to the cause with a green handle.
That's pretty cool.
And they turn up now and they're like, I've spent all night cleaning my van out so you don't rip it too much. People are turning up now with cleaned out vans ready for the Ball of Shame. It's like, so it's just making it more exciting to be at work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where's Jeff? In the comments.
I saw that shower that you did for tidy jet washing. That was good. We were talking about that today because I remember I used to have like a tap on my tank where we could just open the tap and wash our hands and stuff, but we've got nothing like that anymore, which is I need to get something like that.
There's a couple of faults. Mike wants to do some more chemical, and we were talking theory on risk assessments and stuff like that, and having wash stations, and we were having a general chat about that in advance of this. And then he came in one day and he went, I'm really hot, we should do something for a laugh. And I'm like, you know what, I've got a brilliant idea to kill 2 birds, 1 stone. It will take about 10 minutes. And it literally, because of the infrastructure he'd already got on his van, that was less than a 10-minute hack. And we were just crying with laughter all night. We're just having so much fun. I mean, that's somebody else who's popped up in my life at the moment. Mike's local to us. I've got so much time for the guy. And I needed a friend a couple of months ago, and he just turned up and was a good friend. So now, when we're having a bad time at work, Mike will turn up, he'll make me smile, and we'll mess around and do something funny like a shower in the back of the van or whatever it is. It's like, no, we don't have fun together. It's not that kind of relationship.
Not a shower in the back of the van together.
No. It's a single person shower.
Connor says, Dazza, I have a question. I've got the pole you sold me for the roof cleaning. Never got back to me about the inline injector for biocide. Reckon it will work. Oh, like having a extendable roof cleaning pole and sending the biocide through that.
Yeah, it's injected at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can make it work. We'll just need to put a bigger pipe up the pole.
Yeah, I think the issue with that is so it's like an X-jet from the bottom of the pole, I suppose.
Well, it's X-jet principle, but you're firing it with low pressure. So it's the same principle as an X-jet chemical injector, but with your soft wash pump.
Oh. The pole you sold me for roof cleaning.
That's what I thought you'd done. But roof clean, I don't know. I assume biocide, you'd want to send that on slowly. You don't want to be firing biocide out of a jet wash.
No, I mean, if it's super low pressure and you've got somewhere of it foaming out the end, I think it'll be okay if you're close enough to the roof, because that's always the thing. People are doing it from scaffold towers, and they're just sort of X-jetting it like 30 foot across the roof, and that's when you get all that drift, and it's not good. But I think if you can get the nozzle close enough to the roof and then get a nice even spread on it with a high enough flow nozzle but low pressure, I would have thought it would hit the roof quite nicely. I don't know.
I'd given in over the X-Jet.
How come?
Gave completely in. I just had so many people wanting to buy full setups with an X-Jet off me. I just started stocking them.
Oh, I see what you mean.
I just completely gave in with it. And then I've had a bunch of people get me to modify it so that they can have a longer lance on the end of the X-Jet, so they can basically stand on a scaff tower and from the tower hit the pitch of the roof, sniper nozzle style, but with a 1 meter, 2 meter lance to get across. So it's not completely spraying 10 meters. They're a bit closer to it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that is it is a laborious bit when you've just spent like a couple of hours cleaning a roof, and then you realise you've got to still get the chemical on it, and it's not quick. Like you're brushing it on with a backpack or whatever. It's not a fun job, especially when it's a big roof. So anything to get it on quicker, great. But it's just the safety thing, isn't it? It's firing.
Oh, you know my thoughts about that. I've always been quite vocal about how I think they don't pass risk assessments if you used to do it properly.
Yeah.
One day somebody's going to get injured. I still stand by that, but I just tell people the dangers when they're using it now and sell them a full package because that's what they've asked me for.
Have yours still got the barb on the bottom, or is it quick release? Because I like the ones.
It can be quick release now.
Yeah,
because stainless quick release for them.
The issue with the cheap ones, they come with that barb, and it sort of restricts what you can do with them because you're sort of connected to the hose, aren't you?
Yeah, fix that. Oh, there's still a cheap jet. But I fixed that. And I've also took the end off and put a mini QR on it as well. So you can put all your attachments on the end of it instead of it just being the twisty one.
That's nice. That's a nice touch. Yeah, I like that because now that we've been using that soft wash lance that we've got, having quick release on that on a chemical lance is a godsend. I was thinking a while back, like if I could use my pressure washer nozzles on a chemical lance, that'd be so good. And now we can. That's brilliant. Water-fed pole through the pump and a dosatron, easiest way to do it. Yeah, but dosatrons are like £1 million.
That's what safety costs, Jake.
Yeah. Darren, also keen to hear your thoughts on the turbo nozzle flat surface cleaner.
So, although I've got one arriving next month, because I've been asked to get one for somebody. It's black, I think it's going to be when it arrives. I personally think anybody that's ever used a turbo nozzle, ignore how good we think it'll clean. Ignore that for a minute, right? So I'm not talking about whether I think it's a better cleaner or not. Purely from a mechanical equipment and reliability point of view. Turbo nozzles are probably the most fragile thing you've got on your van. Jet wash accessories are probably the easiest thing to break. Mm-hmm. Clip them on the floor, break the ceramic, get a bit of grit in them, knackered. Quite easily. If you're not careful with them, as you get more experienced with them, you don't notice how careful you're being with them. But the first time you have them, you seem to go through your first ones really easily. You learn that very valuable lesson really quickly.
That's very true, actually.
Now imagine those turbo nozzles 1.5 inches off the ground, spinning round at high RPM.
Clipping off stuff.
I just think it's an absolute disaster for your wallet. I think you're constantly going to be putting turbos on. The other problem is you'll be running a small enough machine that you'll be running small turbos, which means they're way more sensitive to muck and crap coming into them because they're much smaller sizes. There's load like your 065, 07, 08s for your big machine will have loads less problems than somebody with an 04 or an 03 or an 02 turbo nozzle, which is why things like the Hyundais come with a filter on the end of the turbo nozzle because of the small orifice of the turbo nozzle. The bigger ones don't suffer it so much. So I've got one coming.
Have you bought it?
Yeah. Overseas.
Oh, not from
It's
Ben.
called a turbo. It's called a Turbo Force. Weirdly, it's the same name. So work out who's copied who. I have my suspicion who invented theirs first, if indeed it's not the same thing. And it's coming over. I'll let you know. Keep you posted. It might be a big reveal, or it might be a disaster.
I'm keen to get my hands on one, and my initial thought when we tried something similar a while back is the cool thing about having a turbo nozzle is that if you've got a particularly stubborn section of weeds or whatever, you can get closer with the nozzle to clear the weeds, whereas if they're at a set height, you can't really do that. So
I don't think there's going to be much in it. I genuinely, for the cleaning performance, because of the height, I don't think there's going to be much in it.
yeah.
I think you bang on right. A turbo really is to go in, and if you get something stubborn, you take it down to the surface to help improve the impact force. Like you've said, to rip something out or do something. When they're stuck up at height, I still see you going back along. And let's assume you're running a normal machine too, not like a big American 40, 50 litre machine with it. Let's assume you're running a normal 20 to 30 litre machine. What's yours, about 25 litres a minute?
Our
Is it 20?
Our little one's 21,200, and the big one's 30,200.
It's a 30-200, is it? Yeah. So even at that, I think you're borderline for running two turbo nozzles because that's only 15 litres a minute down each one. Now imagine how good your 15 litre machine is with a turbo nozzle that's that high off the floor because you're worried about smacking them into the ground. Your 15 litre when you're cleaning would be right down here.
Yeah.
Time will tell. I'm yet to be convinced, but who knows? Talking of old machines, Jake, did you see what had come through my workshop last week?
No.
The orange framework came in and has been greenified, but it was done when I wasn't there.
Rich?
Yeah.
Oh, what did he have done?
He's had quite brilliantly. He had a cheap reel on the top of it, or one of the cheaper reels on the top of it. I can't remember if that was
my old Equip to Clean reel. That was.
He's had a Vibro X stuck on it. Oh, it's going to blur, isn't it? I'll send you the WhatsApp.
Yeah.
It's how do I do it? Share. I feel like such an old man, you know. When I've got my when I'm looking at my phone now, I feel like I need to sit back and squint, you know, because I'm 47 now, 46 or however old I am.
Get your reading glasses on.
Get me reading glasses on, yeah, my Jake. There we go. He had a Vibro X fitted. Jeff did it. I wasn't in. Vibro X needle valve, K series, two reels.
He didn't tell me about this. So this is my old frame, my old Kiam Equip to Clean pressure washer.
Just pause for a second. If I was there when this happened, that whole frame would have been painted green. And we would have done a whole skit about it for our socials, painting it green, because I mocked you when you came in with it a couple of years ago saying, I'm going to paint it green while you nip the shop and get some butters. And you were right fretting about it. And you said to Sophie, don't let him do it while I'm gone. I kept going, I'm going to paint it. And it was, so I would have painted it if I was there. Jeff just put the reels on. He's not a good sport, Jeff isn't. And
then we've got the pressure gauge as well, which he didn't have before, which is very good to have.
Yeah, so he's got a K series there, Vibro, so he's got a nice real gentle, soft start on that now.
That's a nice upgrade.
Well, that's ready to have a proper engine and pump put in it when he has any problems, that is.
Yeah.
You can literally keep all of the components and just drop something in that. There's no need to change that framework. The orange would irritate me. I'd have to get my aerosol can out and paint it black or something, just so it looked a bit more. I don't mean orange is a bad colour, by the way. I mean versus the green, or I'd have to get some black paint on the green reels.
I know what you mean.
That setup would just irritate. I mean, I have an orange car, mate. You know what I mean? I'm not against the colour. We have been joking that our new window cleaner range will be orange, KTM orange.
Yeah, that's what I went for, KTM orange. I thought it was quite a nice, punchy, vibrant orange. Connor says, "Hey Jake, for you, what's your biggest lead source? Is it paid ads?" No, we don't do any sort of paid ads. It's generally social media and word of mouth. Jobs from H2O? No, we don't get any work from H2O. No. Why is the left reel mounted on a wooden board? That's just what it was when I had it.
Like, again, if I was there, I would have put the Unistrut down both sides to even it up. But Jeff just did what he was asked to do.
The Parker that you started with is sold out. Does PWS have something for beginners that would fit in a car? Good question.
Now, as it happens, right, we do the little carry. It's not on our website, but we do a little carry wash that would be 13 litres a minute, 150 bar, perfect for a starter if you're with a car. You can literally put it in the boot of any car, drop it on the floor when you get there. You want a collapsible bin, or plug it straight into the tap if the tap's good enough. I don't think there's any need to jump to anything bigger. You could start sort of the core size of sort of £1,000 plus the VAT, but that's a big, heavy commitment for getting it in and out. The littler ones are smaller engine, smaller pump. They lend themselves to being lifted in. We call it the Alpha Carry, but it's not on our website. You just have to drop us a WhatsApp or a message and we'll hook you up. And we build them with either Honda engines or Briggs engines. We do I think on that size, we do a 12170 pump, which feels outstanding. We do a 13150, and I think we do a 15. I think it's about a 15110.
Have you got any pictures on your website?
No, there won't be any pictures on our website. Let me see if Jeff took a picture when he sold the one this week.
I know.
You know what we're like, Jake. It's impossible for us to photograph and list every single thing we make because the range, the requests are so vast.
I know Clean Link has got some pictures on their website.
Here you go. I found one, Jake. There you go, mate.
I really love the idea of a little carry machine. Ah, there it is.
This guy brought it so he could clean his motocross bikes.
That's so dinky, isn't it? And yeah, if you just plug that straight into the customer's tap, that's such a good solution for like a small footprint setup and lightweight.
Yeah, about £800 plus the VAT, depending on what accessories you have.
Yeah, I think if you're limited for space and you're just starting out for your car or something, I don't know. It's tempting because that's so close to getting something bigger in terms of engine
quality. So what you'd be buying is that would last you all the way through. So that would become your proper spare. Whereas if you brought an entry level bigger machine, a bit like your Cayenne, that give you a bit of reliability problems at the start. It messed you around a little bit. Eventually, you got a bit fed up with it. You took the first opportunity to get off it, really. Mm-hmm. Whereas you'd only get off that not because it's unreliable, but because you've suddenly got more space. And you can afford a bigger machine.
Yeah.
And you want more power.
Yeah. Darren, I have a 650 litre tank, a window cleaning setup in a Transit Custom. I have a 21 litre per minute machine on a frame. Would you be able to fashion me something so I can all fit in the van as it taking it in and out is killing me?
Oh, yeah, it's what we do. I mean, if you go through without sales pitch, go through our TikTok. I think TikTok's probably the best for I think, for looking, at the square of all of the videos.
Mm-hmm.
A bit like looking at the YouTube shorts, but if you go to TikTok and look at all the squares, Scott's got 650 litres, 21 litre on a frame. I mean, the BM's ready to go. Your 650 would fit at the back of a BM, and you could fit it all your stuff to a BM frame and stick it straight in. I mean,
you're going heavy with the AI thumbnails. They're good, aren't they? They do work well, to be fair.
I mean,
oh yeah, I can see the frames now.
There's loads and loads of different. So the BM, so that one there, the Alpha BM, that one you've got your mouse over.
Yeah.
That one, something like that, you could get a 650
Alpha
litre tank behind it.
Absolutely.
But just go through our TikToks and take a look through them. There's stacks of stuff. Yeah, so my social routine, we call it SH1T editing. Insert an I. Because what I do is I shoot a minute's worth of videos, and when I sit just take the kids to school, I quickly do the videos at the same time. So this is a customer's machine. This is that looks like a 500 litre tank at the back, or is it 250s? I can't see from here. And that's you could fit your 650 litre behind that. Low pressure reel, high pressure reel, easy peasy lemon squeezy. The problem is the cost of the reels. You go and buy 2 quality reels, you're 600 quid plus VAT down the pan straight away before you even get started. So when you look at a frame that's 1,000 to 1,400 quid and you're going, oh my God, it's so expensive, it's only a little bit of metal. It's not actually a little bit of metal, it's a couple of really good hose reels, it's your skid plate, it's your other bits and bobs.
So what a lot of people don't realise is you can go to somewhere like PWS and use your current machine and they'll stick it on a van mounted setup for you, which a lot of people don't realise that.
Could have get a full van setup, including roof clean equipment, with a budget of 20k. If you come on a Friday afternoon, mates, end of the month, anything's possible for 20k. No, in all seriousness, that's a strong budget. 20k is a strong budget. You'll have change.
Which you've got the orange room.
Oh, I know why Mike's asking this. I was out on site and Mike came in and just shot a video and then hijacked our socials and posted it.
There's Rich. There he is. I didn't even see this video.
I think you just said it's orange and then pulled that face.
That's funny. Oh, Rich is looking good, isn't he?
Jeff getting sales pitching. Look at that. We've got a reel on here and a reel on there.
Let's have a look. Question: do people who do professional exterior cleaning have the cleanest UPVC drives, patios, and windows? No, we don't. We don't clean our own houses because we're not getting paid to clean our own houses.
Yeah, they're normally the dirtiest houses out of all of them. They also have the dirtiest vans, is my experience. The Fresh Rinse USB guy, who's that?
Have you ever tried the Dosatron? No, I've never tried one. No. I'm always open to like. The issue I've got with stuff like that is just it costs so much money. For such.
I mean, you're always open to a sponsorship opportunity to try or test a product if Dosatron had wished to send you one.
No, actually, no. We've got our sponsors in place at the minute, and it's we get emails all the time from people trying to send us shit.
That's the trap that Sid was in. When Sid first got popular, people just kept sending him shit.
Yeah.
And he felt obliged to use it, and it sent his business backwards. Because he was sent it, he felt obliged to use it. I think you're much smarter either buying what's right for you and right for your job and just paying for it and doing a proper job and being happy with the equipment, or being incredibly select over what you have.
Yeah, well, people were saying, people said a while back that I take any sponsor that pays the most or whatever. I can't remember what they said, but it's not the case at all. I spent a long time trying to figure out the kit that I use the most and the people that I want representing the channel and stuff. And it was a very calculated decision for the people that we reached out to. So it's not like we reached out to them. It wasn't like whoever bid the highest would start promoting their shit. It was stuff that we were using all the time. Like the Smart Seal stuff, we use that all the time. The Nexus stuff, we use it all the time. So it's like, it wasn't even a difficult decision. Jake and Darren, you what? Sorry.
Oh, sorry. So I was about to say, you've had a good thing with Smart Seal for a few years now, haven't you?
Yeah. Rate these chocolate bars 1 to 5. Boost bar, Yorkie, raisin and biscuit, twin Lion bar and toffee. Oh, Twix Lion bar and toffee crisp. I don't eat half of them.
Hold on, Tom's just let a little bit too much out about himself there, hasn't he? Right, because if that's his selection of chocolate bars, I mean, I wasn't going to say this, Tom, but you're clearly a bit of a weirdo, mate, because rate this, and you started with a Boost. You started with Boost, not even Dairy Milk.
I'm more concerned about raisin and biscuit. What is going on with raisin and biscuit?
Yorkie, spot on, right? Yorkie will do. I mean, what was the slogan on Yorkies? They're not for girls, did it say for many years, until they could stop doing it.
I like a Twix, I like a Lion bar, but the rest I haven't really tried.
Boost is the elite. Oh my God.
I have a Mars bar almost every day from the sandwich shop, you know. It's pretty bad now.
Well, I've had to stop it. So I did 12 months on my diet, lost 7 stone. I've had 3 months off. I put a little bit back on because I've not been watching what I eat at all. I've just been enjoying myself a little bit because I wasn't sure if that was making me miserable. I did go through a phase of eating chocolate bars, but my secret go-to snack at the moment is pork scratchings, and I share them with the dog.
Sophie loves pork scratchings.
She absolutely goes wild, Maisie does, for pork scratchings.
They're proper salty for the dog. I don't know if that's a good idea.
She doesn't have many of them. She's massive. I mean, 2 or 3 small pork scratchings are not going to touch her, are they, really? You know what I mean? You own a house horse yourself.
True.
It's like she'd have to eat like several tons of it to make a difference to her metabolism. She's too lazy to even come and say hello, you know.
I used to have biscuits and a cup of tea every night, and like chocolate biscuits and all sorts, and I just don't do it anymore. I just have like a bowl of cereal at midnight now.
Well, that's the problem when you stay up too late.
Yeah.
Because you get hungry again.
That's another thing. It's the alcohol and the late nights, you know.
Oh, until this week, I'd been working till 10, 11 o'clock. And then I'd been coming home and going in bed before midnight, firm bed before midnight. And my routine is every day I get up and I do the kids to school, and we go for a Costa or a Starbucks in the morning on the way to school, and we have half hour together every day. Even if I see them in an evening, we still do it every day. So if I work late, I don't not see the kids. So even at 13 and 16, I still see the kids. So that's my morning thing.
I'd love to be one of these people that can get up at 5:30 in the morning and start the day right, but I just don't have it in me. I just can't get up that.
Give it another 10 years. I reckon in the next 5 years, I'll be like my dad was, and I'll be 5, 6 o'clock, waking up like every day's the last day I'm ever going to live. Sunlight comes up, I'm up.
My alarm goes off at 5:30 every morning, and I always hit the snooze.
Just turn it off. If you're not going to get up when the alarm goes off, turn it off.
Yeah.
I currently don't have an alarm set.
Dad to Luca. That's strange. I'm a dad to Luca. My boy's named Luca. Great. I'm starting out and taking redundancies, so I have a fair bit of money to put into it. A lot of people say buy small first, but as I've got the money, I feel like I might as well go in deep. What are your views? Now, me and Darren...
Balls deep. Come to PWS, balls deep.
Hang on. Me and Darren will have very different views on this, and I remember speaking to.
No, I don't know. I think we'll be more aligned than what you think.
Okay.
Well, I'll tell you where I am first, and tell me if it aligns with you. I think that you should, for example, let's say you want to be an exterior cleaner, right? And you want to do exterior cleaning. I think if you start with a quality machine, not necessarily a mounted one, and then only buy the base essentials, but quality base essentials. So flat surface cleaner, turbo nozzle, whatever chemical application you want, the right guns and the right quick release couplings. After that, and with that and about 30 meters of hose, you'll be able to do 95% of all ground jet wash jobs that ever turn up. And only when you get one that you haven't got the kit for, then buy the extra bits.
What sort of budget are we talking for that, though? What do you think you could build that setup that you just had in your head for someone just starting out?
$3,500, including the VAT.
See, I think personally. So this is where we're different. I started out on 400 quid. That's for everything. That's for a hose reel. That's for a little machine, dustpan and brush, broom. And I think it was a good choice for me because I've never really done much physical before. I'd always had like an office job or a retail job, still physical, but not sort of like tradey boy sort of stuff. And I didn't really know whether I was going to like the work. I didn't know whether it was going to be lucrative. I didn't know whether I was going to make enough money. And so I think for anyone who's not been in this industry before or not been self-employed before, I think it's a good idea to dip your toe in the water, do a couple of jobs with a cheap machine, a cheap petrol machine, not an electric one, and just see whether you like the work or not. The speed isn't going to be an issue. It's getting absolutely covered in mud, dealing with bad drainage, actually seeing if you can get a quality product at the end of it, being able to generate work for yourself and being able to market yourself, instead of buying all this fancy equipment and then realize you can't market, you don't know how to get customers. You think, oh, I bought all the stuff now, that's the hard bit out of the way. Why hasn't the phone started ringing?
So I was looking at that, right, and assuming that he's got the money, right? So I'm assuming he's got a 20 grand budget with that. And I'm thinking 5 grand for a van, 3.5 grand for all the kit, and then the remainder to make it to 10, advertising, marketing and clothes, leaving 10 grand in the banker's float.
Okay, that's
the assumption I've made. I've assumed that that's 20 grand.
Okay.
Now, if the budget's 10 grand and you've got to do van and equipment and other bits, I might be saying borrow a trailer, get a cheaper machine, because you're going to need to keep half your budget back to pay your bills, to carry you over, to do the rest of it. Right? It's relative to how much the budget is. Give us a clue. What budget is it? That's a good start, isn't it?
This is where I think people miss the mark slightly, is that they think they can purchase marketing. I think in your experience, you would probably agree that social media and networking has probably what's added to your success over the years. And you can't buy that. You can't just you can't just spend you can't just spend 2-3 grand on adverts or leaflets. You could do sign writing, whatever, but it's something that builds. It's not something that you can just purchase, I don't think. And people fall into that trap of thinking, I've got 5 grand for my marketing budget, I'm going to run loads of Google or Facebook ads. It doesn't work. You've got no foundations yet. You haven't got any reviews. Yeah. So I think this is, for me, why the market, it's easy buying the equipment, the marketing yourself, getting yourself out there in front of customers, reviews, recommendations, figuring out why the phone isn't ringing, what can I do to change that? That's where the value is. And if you've paid 10 grand for all your equipment and your van sign writing and stuff, and then realize that's the hardest bit, you might think, oh, bloody hell, I either need to spend loads more money or I need to do loads more research. So it's, oh, there we go. Dad to Luca, he's just told Darren his budget. That's
It's
his.
a sizable budget.
That's his
It's
first
a
mistake.
sizable budget.
Now he knows how much you've got to play with.
No, I still wouldn't spend all of it. So with that budget, I wouldn't spend 16 grand on a van. I would spend 10, and I would spend 10 grand on equipment. And the bits and bobs that we talked about. I wouldn't go more than that. I would keep the rest in the bank. Because the bit that Jake's just touched on is really important. So there isn't a magic pill to get work through the door. So the socials, the marketing, the advertising, it isn't pay somebody. You've got to do whatever you choose to do, and they're all successful in their own ways. Door knocking, really successful in its own way if you're consistent, like door knocking, leaflet dropping. If you stick at that avenue, really successful, and you'll get those people that don't use social media, for example. So we did a few years ago. Remember that we used to have a thing called newspapers, right? We did it cost me, I think it was about 300 quid for a page, and it looked like an article about us.
Back in 1955, that was a lot of money. 300 quid.
This was only this was in the middle of COVID. This was.
Oh, sorry,
right?
my mistake.
So this isn't that long ago, right? Basically a full page ad that looked like an article about the business, and it was written like somebody had come and written about our latest success story.
That's a good idea.
Do you know what I mean? A local business celebrates 20 years in style, right? Or whatever. That wasn't what it was, but that type of thing, right? With a picture of the shop, and then basically an editorial, right? And then that was half the page. Then underneath the half the page was an advert with a pull-out coupon. For 18 months after that newspaper article went out, we still had people walk in the shop where they'd cut it out, pinned it on the fridge, right, and come in. They were people we never would have got to by social media or whatever. It was a different avenue. I find sponsoring weird things a good avenue in. So I like to sponsor amateur sports clubs. I get nothing out of it from the exposure, apart from, let's just say that there's 30 kids in this team, and you get access to 60 parents that are that are taking their kids to it, that feel obliged, if relevant, to spend money with you because you're supporting their kid in their amateur sport, because you spent 200 quid on kit for them for the year, right? And you find that you pick up these weird people, but you have to consistently pick the path that you're going to go on. So I did for many years just do all the little amateur sports club, because what I wanted to do was not throw myself into. So the other side of the business is the big hot water machines that we do, and that's very corporate. So that's all about purchasing managers in bigger companies that are Googling you, or they know somebody who knows somebody that's going to get you in through the back door with something's out for tender. And my experience of tendering processes is that it's not actually fairing out for tender. They're selecting who they want under the guise of it being for a tender.
Yeah.
Right. And it's somebody who knows somebody to get in. And I try and target those parents, because out of the 60 parents, there will be 3 or 4 of them that will work somewhere that have got a jet wash at work, like a food factory or a haulier or whatever their job might be. And they go, oh, such and such sponsors the kids' teams. He does jet washes. Let's ring him. Right. And it's that weird approach.
Yeah.
So, and it's pick what you're going to do.
Yeah.
I mean, your YouTube is really successful because you were consistent. So your videos are every week, your lives are nearly every week, your lives are every week, pretty much without fail. You've built the community to go with it. So not only do you recommend yourself, but your community also recommends you, right? And then that has the effect that not only does it drive people, picking on your channel for a minute, you've got it a little bit twofold. So you have a little bit of income from the socials, the media and whatnot, which is driven by, I'm not going to call it fan base, the fanboys that are in the chat now, because I think that's a bit mean to them. But you've got your followers, right? And there's a little bit of income off your followers, and you're naturally, because of the extra reach every time they comment or whatever, your videos are getting a little bit further out there. You're then picking up these extra people, aren't you? Picking up these extra jobs quite organically and naturally without doing a dedicated marketing campaign somewhere, I'm guessing, would be my take on it. You don't do a marketing campaign in Redditch.
No. Yeah.
Redditch. Evesham. Redditch. Centre of the world. Vegas of, according to Mark McCann, it's the Vegas of the UK.
I found his house the other day. So he's only down the road.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you go and do a clean on it? Be funny.
No. Oh, that would be cool, actually. I was going to text him the other day because I think he's due to bring his Bugatti down to the dog, the harvester. But I don't think when he announces it, you're not going to be able to get near the place. It's going to be absolutely rammed. But that's where we go for our local car meets. So
I like him, by the way. I should come along in the Orange Machine to a local car meet.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the consistency, and that's what was to get back on topic.
Yeah.
To build that following, that's took you X amount of years for you to get organic work down this route. It's not come instantly. So there's no fix for this winter.
The key was for me, I picked one avenue, which was social media, which I looked around and I thought, why is no one taking advantage of this? Like, there's probably a few out there, but like before and after pictures, videos and stuff, this industry lends itself to satisfying videos and before and after pictures. Like, why would you not be taking them? I was sat there thinking, like, why aren't many people doing this? Like, so
thousands of videos of water brooms.
Yeah, exactly.
Thousands of them.
So I thought, like, I'll start cheap and I'll see what I can do for the next 12 months. And it literally took me just over 12 months before I had the idea to actually go in full time with £400 worth of equipment initially, dipping my toes in, trying the job out, and just constantly posting on Facebook, and then getting my friends and family to share it. And it just gradually snowballs. And then Facebook became my source of customers. So not only was it word of mouth, but then it was Facebook on top of that. And I could send people asking me for a quote for a certain job. It's like, I did one of those last week. You can have a look on my Facebook page. That's my whole portfolio of work, and it like acted as like a double whammy for it. And because I just focused on the one stream of marketing, that's obviously what's done best for us. And we've never had to pay for any sort of advertising, which I'm very proud to be able to say. It's a very cool thing not to. It's just this one thing we've held on to for a while. It's like, I've never paid for any marketing, apart from my website and stuff. But
me neither. Apart from the odd amateur sports club, that type of thing, I don't actually pay for Google Ads or whatever. So, I mean, I took a leaf out of. I tried. If you want to talk about media for a minute, I tried to do the 20-minute videos.
YouTube.
I tried to do them, the YouTube ones. I tried to do it. I did a couple a year ago, tried to do it. There were two, because my day is so chaotic, I don't just turn up to one job and do one job for an hour or 2 hours. I turn up to work and I do, if you're paying for it, obviously I'm on it for 3 hours, but I do one job for 30 minutes and then I'm on to the next job, right? And by the time I've set up camera, done something that's interesting, but without telling people how to do my job, because I'm not giving that information away for free, right? So I'm going to kind of show you how you can fix your machine, but I'm not going to teach you how to do it.
See, that's a very difficult position, because how do you do both? Right.
So I picked on. So I did the JCB. I showed how you could fix the water inlet on it. I will do one at some point. I've done several on WhatsApp for people that were sent to people, which are how to take your unloader valve off your Cayam and put on a new unloader valve and a new water filter. because people want me to ship them the bits and they want to do them at theirs. So I am showing them, but not actually giving anything away, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I'm a professional and I've got years of expertise, and ultimately I want you to come and pay me for my expertise.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to give it to you. I think that there's a little mistake been made with the rush at the moment with the social media, particularly with the exterior cleaners and some of the companies with their marketing campaigns, perhaps giving a little bit too much away. So, and what I mean by that is you could do a video where you turn up somewhere and go, this is my amazing equipment, and talk about your investment in your business. You can then talk about how bad the surface is that you're about to do and your problems in trying to clean it. And to a certain degree, what accessories, what really expensive professional accessories you've used to get the result that you've got. And then instead of going, oh, we're going to use hypo, or we're going to use biocide, or we're going to use this, or we're going to use that, which end users can get hold of, you can just say, and we've chemical treated this.
Mm-hmm.
We used our professional cleaning chemical to do this, and you're not giving that ship sailed. That's long gone now. I'm talking about something that can't be undone, right? But I'm trying not to do what the exterior cleaners have done and gone, and here's a pump, and I'm going to show you in detail of how to strip it down and repair it and give you that information for free. And you might never spend any money with me whatsoever and buy them from somewhere else.
I do agree.
For example,
Tidy Jet Washing said something in the chat a couple of weeks back, and it's sat with me for a while about people in the social media, probably me and other people as well, talking about the sort of chemicals we use openly in the videos and stuff. And I do agree with you. Instead of saying we're using hypo on this or we're using biocide on this, instead of that, it probably should just be we're doing a chemical treatment, and then if you want to learn more, then maybe join the community or whatever. We're not just mass, because some of these videos are reaching 500,000 views, and suddenly you've told 500,000 people the exact product that you're using, and I do understand it, and I don't think it's good.
And then the chemical suppliers, let's pick on Jennychem. I think it's Jennychem. They'll sell you hypo. They do adverts about hypo. Buy this hypo from us, brush it in your patio and rinse it off. You don't even need a jet wash or professional. Mm-hmm. Hello, Nance. Oh, hi. Oh,
what is that?
Is it gonna
mint hot chocolate?
Oh, she's done me a mint hot chocolate.
How you doing, Nancy? You right?
I'm good, thanks.
Good. Where's the dog? I want to see the dog.
Maisie.
Yeah.
Is she asleep? She's getting her 18 hours in, Jake.
18 hours.
Hold on. Come say hello to Jake, please.
She's coming.
Oh, come in here. Come say hello. Come on. Oh, not my dad's room. Come in. Oh, no. No, she doesn't want to come in. You can look at her bum. I
always try and get Coda to Coda come, either come and jump on the bed or come and look out the window, and she suddenly gets scared and she's like, no, what's he trying to do? And she runs down the stairs.
I know. She's so scared of everything. And I mean, absolutely everything. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, so I know that's a slightly different chat, but I changed up my social media and my marketing. We changed from doing static posts. I tried to avoid sales pitch. I tried not to do and a lot of the exterior cleaners that I see avoid sales pitch too. They do a lot of look how dirty this is now, look how good it is after, and leave it at that. They don't do the you could have this for 250 quid.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I've avoided sales pitches for the whole time that I've done the social media. I've just, instead of saying, I did it in one video recently, and it was like, if you need your patio doing, get in touch at smeltspressurewashing.co.uk. I never do that. and I did it recently, and
felt like a dick
it
afterwards,
felt
didn't
felt a little bit dirty, and it's unnecessary. Because if people can see the work and they see the quality of the work that you do, they're going to get in touch. They don't need you to tell them to get in touch.
Yeah, I don't like the sales pitch thing. I've swapped up to 30-second to 1 minute 30 videos, shot nearly exclusively on my phone. I've worked out that if I hold my phone here, right, either pointing at me or pointing away from me, the microphone is adequate.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Something like, I mean, I used for a while, the reason why I ended up with the TikTok channel was not because I got any followers on it, but because I could use the TikTok editing tools for the video. And when I published the video to TikTok, it gave me a copy in my phone's gallery that I could then post to all the other social medias.
Yeah, that's what I do. Because you can
yeah,
get it to put captions on it as well, can't you? I upload to TikTok first, so it puts the captions on for me. Then you tick save to device, and then you put it on the others.
Yeah. So, and I found that, and I swapped up from that, and we started doing the whole. Look how rubbish this is. Look how great it is now. Exactly the same as what you do with drives, and it started to feel samey. We then did Where's Jeff? Because if you've ever been in our place in recent times, all we're ever shouting is something's gone on. Where's Jeff? Because we need to know the answer to something, or we need to know where he's at with the next thing. And so it became a natural thing, actually, to go, I wonder what Jeff's working on. Let's do Where's Jeff? A few of our customers started sending us a clip of them, like in the bath. I'm just in the bath wondering what Jeff's up to. And I'll clip the video together. And we did that for a while. We're currently doing Ball of Shame, which has been absolutely hilarious. I think people that don't know us are like, oh, I best not turn up to that place because they're going to rip my van. But obviously these people are people we know really well that can take it. You know what I mean? It's a bit of sport. So we've been doing that. And then I had a go at doing something really different. Thursday or Friday last week, I said to Mike, I said, I want to shoot a different video. I want to shoot me and you having a conversation, but me at my work, you at your work, minute and a half. I'm going to ask you a question on video. I want you to video the answer back and send it me. And I'm going to video my response and send it to you. And then I want you to send the response back to me. Then I'll put it all into one video.
It's a good idea.
And even my girls watched it and they were actually quite engaged because it was me for 10 seconds, then Mike, and then me, and then Mike. And it was like, I mean, views probably relatively low, but keeping the engagement of my viewers. I mean, I get probably 1,000 to 1,500 views on most platforms. Facebook's probably 5,000 on average on mine. I think overall Facebook, I'm probably doing, I think Facebook's my best performing platform. It's somewhere, all of them put together over a month is something like 800,000 to 1 million views over a month across all of the posts and all of the stuff, like all the little bits adding up. It does fluctuate. The lowest I've had in recent times was about 200,000, which is still amazing. You know what I mean?
That reach. Where else are you going to get that reach for that level of effort? Like if you were to go and spend money or post leaflets instead, where are you going to get that sort of reach?
Exactly, and they pay me for that. It's not a lot of money. It's like 100 quid a month. When it gets to 500 quid a month, I'm going to get a videographer in 1 day a week, 1 day a month even, and shoot a video. So my aim actually with socials is when I'm actually getting paid enough money off it, I will pay a video guy to come in and shoot a day in our life for once a month, and then release one of those videos once a week. Do 4 videos in 1 day and release them paid for by social. But yeah. Where was we going with socials? Why have we got on this tangent?
We were talking about being consistent with one avenue of advertising. Maybe not just one, but pick 1 or 2 good ones that you think lend themselves to your skill set and be consistent with them, rather than trying to be average at everything or try and be really good at everything. It's not going to happen. So why don't you just pick one or two, like either leaflets and social media, or focus on maybe running some Google ads and some Facebook ads, or what are the others? Build a good website with some great SEO, and build up your Google profile, your My Google Business profile. Like I think trying to do everything really well straight off the bat is very, very difficult to do. And I found success just focusing on Facebook from the very beginning. And that could have been anything. I could have just focused on leaflets. Like my friend Rich, he just focused on leaflets in the beginning, and he had great success with that. We got a new lad started with us last week, and
You've got loads of stuff now, haven't you?
no,
Are you officially off the tools now? Are you like,
no,
you just walk around like with a camera filming everybody?
no, not
pretending
quite
you're
yet.
busy doing editing?
No, we're training at the minute, but I've incentivized him, saying, look, any job you land, if you upsell a roof clean from a patio that we've done, or if you go and knock on the neighbour's door and you sell a roof clean or a driveway or a tarmac restoration, whatever it might be, you get 10% of any job that you land. And so immediately he's heard that, and he's asked for a bunch of leaflets, and he landed a tarmac driveway clean the other day on his third day.
Oh,
like,
it's nice, isn't it?
It's only 265 quid it was.
Doesn't matter.
But that's it, like, what an incentive! What a great incentive to go out and put some leaflets out and stuff.
He's going to get 2 pints, 26 quid.
Yeah, I said any downtime, if we're waiting for the water to fill up and there's not much to be done, you feel free to go and put some leaflets out. And he said, can I have like a stack of leaflets, and I'll go and do it on my day off. I was like, that's very, very good of you, very proactive of you. I don't want you to be going and doing unpaid work on your day off, even if there is a chance that you're going to earn some commission. So
don't get telling Jeff that. He's my Jeff. When I left tonight, Jeff was still busy working because he's fretting about this week. My camera was still going off at 8 o'clock that he was still at work.
That's the attitude. If he cares that much to get through the workload, that's the attitude you want, isn't it?
Good lad. Jeff's going to be around forever. I've known him for a really long time. So we've got a couple of questions, couple of comments about the budget. Tintins, don't use the 9-litre one for your first cheap machine. Just go with a 3.5k setup. If the resale, this is another important one. If you buy the more expensive machine, the resale is pretty good. If you buy a cheap one, you're not really going to get any of your money back. If anybody will buy it at all, you might end up throwing it in the bin. That's a fair point. Let's have a look.
When you're buying a super cheap one as well, you've got to understand that it's not made for commercial use. Like if you buy a cheap 300 quid pressure washer, it's going to break. It's just a matter of when. So you've got to.
It's not because I particularly sell it that way, but I think that's false economy. I think it's super cheap. I mean, I assume you're talking like a sub 500 quid.
That's what got me going. I spent 300 quid on a machine. It did my first 6 months worth of jobs, and it enabled me to upgrade to a bigger machine, and it bought me a van. That's the thing that got me going, and I think it's
squeak when you walk.
I think it's a great way of doing it. Honestly, I think it's great. I mean, I knew when I bought that machine it was going to break. It was just, let me see how much use I can get out of it.
Tidy. I put an advert in a local newspaper. Uttoxeter and Teen Times goes out to 10k houses, not a single job from it. That's probably more of a change of the times. But you will get eventually some old biddies will have put that up on the wall, and when it's time, they'll pull out that advert and they'll come in. Darren, I would like to hear.
Or you can just put a video on social media and get 10,000 views and
10,000 views and get
10 jobs.
2 jobs.
Yeah, 10's a bit much. I didn't mean 10.
I'd like to hear your thoughts on the key difference between the Honda 390 and the Vanguard 40 horsepower electric start. Okay, so we've done this one. This one comes up every time, doesn't it?
It does.
Every time we do it.
Can I have a wee while you're talking about that?
Mate, are you not taking us in with you?
Hold the fort, Darren.
I'll hold the fort. So, basically, the Honda and the Vanguard, there really is genuinely nothing between the two of them at all in reliability or longevity. They're there is some key differences between the two machines, the two engines themselves, and some of it comes down to what you want to do long term. So let's talk about the Honda for a second. Pros with the Honda GX390. Honda GX390, every single garden machinery shop in the world is going to have spare parts for it. If it goes wrong, you've got a choice of places to go to. They're relatively bulletproof. The only thing that I don't like about the GX390 is they have something called a decompression valve on them, and the decompression valve are pretty notorious for going wrong, and it's quite a fair strip down to fix the decompression valve to put it right. But if you're buying a pull start machine, the Honda GX390 is the engine to have. Now, the Vanguard machine, I talk about this one quite often. One of the 14 horsepower electric starts, so the one that we stock, I don't know about the others because there is different versions, has a bigger rectifier fitted to it, so basically the alternator, and it will generate 20 amps when it's running, as opposed to the Honda, which only runs with 1 amp. So what that gives you is, if your longer term plan is one day I'm going to have a boiler, or even you've got a combination plan, you've got a window cleaner system and a jet wash, whenever you're running the jet wash, you'll be charging your window cleaner battery if it's all connected up. So for me, because you can run a boiler with it and whatnot, the Vanguard gets a win point there.
Do you know what the
Because
bigger
the
machines generate in terms of amps? The big,
Less.
the GX 630 that I've got.
Less.
Really?
Yeah, about 5 amps. None of them do big amps. That's why they fit alternators on a pulley next to the engine. And I'll do this one, and then I'll tell you the differences of what people do. Right? So the Vanguard over the Honda, it's a newer designed engine. So it has, we went round it at the expo the other year on one of your videos. It's a great video to watch where we did that walk around, because we talk in depth about the 390 and the Vanguard. The Vanguard's got things like a proper dipstick, a proper oil fill, and a proper air filter on it. I genuinely don't believe in those people that have got them there's any difference in reliability between them. And we happen to stock all of the spares now, but compared to 6-7 years ago when we started using them, when there was no spares around, now there's pretty much brig spares everywhere, and people will fix them and will look after them. So if you buy an electric start machine and you're going to expand your business long term, buy the Briggs because you can keep reusing it. If you're happy with a pull start, buy the Honda. That's my honest opinion. I don't have a preference over one or the other. One for one job, one for another.
You can get electric start Briggs for the same price as a pull start Honda, can't you?
Give or take, yeah. Give or take. There's not much in it. I think it's 20 or 30 quid in it. So to answer your question about alternators with the bigger engines, so if we have a little history lesson for a minute about pressure washers and hot water pressure washers, and Aquaman's machine, if you know Carl or come across Carl from Aquaman, he's probably a great example of having a traditional manufacturer made. So when I say manufacturer, I mean a Nilfisk or a Karcher, or one of those guys, not a bespoke one, more like you could turn up into a shop and buy one off the shelf. What they do is they have a large engine, so like a big V-twin engine or a big diesel engine, and they have 2 belts, one that drives a pump, one that drives an alternator. And what they do is they use 2 or 3 of the horsepower off the engine to drive the alternator to the electronics, and they fit a smaller pump. So traditionally they would have, instead of a 21 litre pump, because of the horsepower draw, they would have an 18 litre pump, and then drive the alternator so they could do batteries and all the rest of it. Mm-hmm. With the extra bits and the movement in technology now, you could use a split charge unit out of your main van and a couple of solar panels, a couple of big batteries and inverter, and you'd be absolutely fine with one of the V-twins now, without putting the alternator on and without sacrificing horsepower with the engine. You can have just the maximum pump the engine will drive, and that's the real bonus. So this extra tech that you see turn up isn't because we or whoever else is using that tech can't make the engines have an alternator and be self-contained. It's because we want to use all of that horsepower to generate the biggest possible pump the engine can run, and we're going to generate the electricity in other ways. We're going to save that 2 or 3 horsepower by putting infrastructure in the van, but then you get other benefits. So if, for example, you've got a battery powered leaf blower, which you may well have for doing small edges, that you have to remember to take the battery in every night to charge up. If you've got 240 volt on board because you've got solar panels and everything else, you'd probably leave the batteries on board charging all the time because you've got power on board for it, instead of leaving it on charge at home, going out in a rush in the morning, getting to your job and realising you left your battery at home.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that there's extra benefits. So that's sort of where tech is, bigger engines and how they did it. It was basically, you'll either see a belt driver generator, which is what Carl's got. So Carl's engine drives a pump and then an actual generator like you'd find on the back of a Honda generator. You know, if you know the pull start Hondas on a pulley, or the other ones that you see out there, like your Benz machines and the others, they fit an alternator to the side of the engine, like a car alternator, and drive it off a pulley. And that's how they make the extra amps to drive the boilers. But obviously, those alternators take a couple of horsepower to run, and it just means you have to have a slightly smaller pump.
I'm just wondering if we should be concerned about running our big soft wash pump off of the same battery that both of our machines are connected to. Do you
No,
think,
not at all.
do you think both of our machines are going to recharge that van battery enough where it's not going to be an issue?
If I was you, for the cost of a split charge unit that you could fit yourself, fit a split charge unit off your main van. So every time you drive to a job, it charges up anyway. I would do that straight away. I mean, you can buy them off Amazon relatively cheap. Don't bother with one of the fancy ones, just put a cheap one on. Don't worry about it. There's no need for it to be fancy. How many batteries have you got running your big soft wash pump? Just one.
It's the same one that we use on the pressure washer.
What size is that? But is that like a 100 amp hour battery, or is it a smaller battery?
It's a big van. It's the same battery we use in the van, I think.
Yeah, that'll be fine. That'll be fine. I would put a split charge on it, because the worst thing that could happen is you could use the soft wash pump, flatten the battery to the point where your engines won't start.
Yeah.
Well, if you start the van up, you can put some in, the engines will start, it'll carry on charging it again.
Yeah.
Or at least when you arrive to the job and you've driven there, they're going to start even if they've been left for a long weekend or a week or whatever. Yeah. I'm a big fan of, we never used to touch split charges because of the messing around, getting them in the vans and wiring them in and all the rest of it. Now, pretty much every install we do has a split charge fitted. We've kind of got the stuff on the shelf. It's quite a very it's become a very non-job for us now. It's
really?
It's what was once a really big, daunting, big deal is now quite a simple thing. Because we've got like the right fuse holders on the shelf, the right wires in, nothing's complicated anymore. It's gone from being a really big deal because have I got the right kit, or have I got the, you do a one-off for somebody, you might go out and do a one-off in a different colour with a different product because the customer's asked for it. That's always a bigger nightmare than the next 5 customers that are all having the Nexus product, because you've got loads of different bits of the Nexus from your last job that you can reuse. It's exactly the same with this. It's gone from being a big job to not a big job at all.
It's not only the experience of doing the job multiple times, but it's also having the equipment on hand, and you just know how to do it with the right equipment. It makes such a difference. Like you say, going to a new job and doing a new process for the first time, it takes up so much mental bandwidth. Whereas when you've done it 3 or 4 times, it's like yeah, next.
Even since you've been, so the first time you came to our place to now, the volume of vans that we fit out now. So the jet wash has always been the same, and we've always been kitted for having the jet wash components and the jet wash bits, but never so much perhaps the mounting plates or the bits of exhaust tube, the bits we had to go scratching for to sort yours. Now these are stuff that we have on the shelf. We do so much of it now, it's nearly second nature.
Yeah.
It's a very different thing completely. Just not knowing what you're doing, that's the wrong thing, but being something that you do all the time and being equipped for it is a big deal, I think.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Let's have a look.
Would you say... Sorry, go on, you do it.
No, I was just about to say, we've got some questions about the Mac coming up to 3 years. This is Top Shagger Luke. 3 years with the Briggs Electrical, fantastic machines, no issues. He's been in today, just had it serviced and tested. Sonia said she's as good as new. It was actually looking in good shape. Good to have a GX 200, which has been fine. Now and then can be a ball ache to start up again. Ever had occasional trouble getting the Vanguard to start, e.g. in cold weather? No. Once you know how to start the Vanguards, they start really easily. Mick King, Jake, have you ever repressure washed a job that you previously did with Nexus Polysweep?
Yeah. Did one last week actually, and it's great. Couple of little gaps here and there, but you just sweep a bit more sand in. And it's not like sealing where you need to like prepare the whole surface again for sealing. It's just like sweeping a bit of extra sand in. It's fine, but like most of it holds up fine, and there's obviously not as many weeds as there would be if you hadn't installed the poly sweep as well. So it's a really nice way to do like a maintenance plan for the customer. Yeah, holds up well.
So I've had a man round this morning to talk about putting a patio in at my house. And I said to him, when I have the patio laid, I used the word mortar, but what I meant was I want a proper joint putting in. And he immediately said, you don't want mortar, and definitely don't get any of that shit that those cowboys are brushing in. That's what a patio. And I don't know I don't know if he was pointing at the Nexus type products. You never mentioned an actual product.
No,
I just mean the sweeping product.
Yeah, he's talking about the normal sweeping stuff, which is I would agree. Like the normal sweeping stuff, we've moved away from using it because it just doesn't last. You run a pressure washer over and it starts to crumble to bits, even if you've installed it properly.
Is that like sand with a bit of additive in it that just sticks a little bit when it's
No, it's like a silica sand. Whereas we're using like a silica sand that's mixed with epoxy on the job, so it's slightly different. It's like a 1 part epoxy versus a 2. I don't know exactly what I'm talking about, but I know there's a massive distinction between the Nexus Titan versus something like the stuff you get from the Sika sand that you get from B&Q or whatever.
It's very on trend at the moment, the Nexus Titan, isn't it? I seem to see it everywhere at the moment.
It's because I started doing videos about it.
Is that what it is? You're the main driving force, is that what it is?
I was, and now everyone's using it, yeah.
Let's have a look. What was that machine you showed in the car? 13 litres a minute, that particular one was. That was a 13150. Tintins. So if Genicam advertised cleaning services using their chemicals and the customer accident splashes hypo on themselves, could they be liable to claim due to not providing proper PPE? So it'll be that the disclaimer for the product to be written on the label. So the label that they sell will have basically all the cost data on. There'll be a second label on it. So you can usually tell the difference between a commercial product that we sell to a commercial user and a commercial type product, a product that's sold to an end user. So an end user tends to have a front label with basic warnings on and a back label with all of the details that's usually in the cost data sheet. And then a pro would have front label with the basics on and then a more extensive cost data sheet. So I don't think that anybody, because it's at your own risk, do an advert telling people that you use a product. I don't think that's a thing. Tracy wants to know, why don't you want him dropping leaflets off on his day off?
I just feel bad for him. I don't want him. It's false pretenses. He could hand out 1,000 leaflets on his day off and think, be excited over the weekend, thinking, I wonder what's going to come in on Monday, and he might get absolutely nothing, and then he's just not wasted, but he's spent a whole day unpaid, chasing work like a used car salesman.
I wouldn't feel comfortable with that.
No,
I would, however, have offered him, if he really wanted to do that, I would have offered him a token gesture for the day and then offered him a profit on any jobs that came in. If he was really insistent.
So
I would feel more comfortable with that.
In a couple of Fridays, I'm going away for the weekend, so I'm not going to be here on a Friday. Kieran's got the van booked in to get it serviced, and so he's going to be on his own. So I've said to him, at that point, I'm happy to pay you for the day. We'll plan a route out for you, and you can go and put some leaflets out. Not that we need it at the minute, but I think it's a good incentive to get him, ready for the winter. This is what we want you to do.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Get them into the habit. Tracy's saying, check the Parkers are back in stock. 250 quid. Keep your 250 quid in the bank. I've probably got 6 or 7 of those cartridges in the barn.
Parkers.
I might just start. Yeah, I might just give them away. They turn up. Basically the pump. The problem with those machines at 250 quid, the pumps on them are like 60 quid. So the moment something goes wrong, it's pointless bringing them to a company like us to fix them. Even if it's something minor, you just buy another pump for 60 quid and bolt it on it. Because it'll cost you more than 60 quid for a professional to look at it and tut at it and all the rest of it. So they come in and they want us to fix it. We look at it and it wants a pump and a hose because they've about knackered the hose and the gun's about knackered. And we're like, it's going to cost you 500 quid to fix this, mate. And they're like, but I can buy a new one for 250 quid.
Yeah. But I understand when you say it's false economy. I understand from that perspective. I do, and it's.
I'm not arguing with you. I know there's a place for every size machine. I'm cool with that.
It's bad when you think about it like that, as like it's a disposable machine. I don't like thinking about stuff like that, but it kind of is at that sort of money. If you can earn $1,000 from that machine,
throw it in the bin after.
I think it's great, really. But
yeah, I agree. I agree if you can do that. Are the fuel injected V-twins better than the carbon ones? Depends who you speak to. So I am a person who likes technology. I like the extra bits that you could do with an injected one. So you don't have to mess around with a choke, for example, which means that you could remote mount the engine. So your van, Jake, pick on your van, you could have a on-off switch at the front of your van, and you wouldn't have to climb in and mess around doing the choke and all the rest of it, and messing around at the back. If it was fuel injected, you could just literally just start it from the front and it'll be fine. The fuel injected ones also tend to rev up and go down to idle under load, which is also a nice thing to
fuel economy. Yeah.
Noise, fuel economy, temperature.
So
wear.
Is that the ones that you're predominantly fitting, the Vanguards, with fuel injection?
No, because the cost. There's been a massive switch with V-twins at the moment, where people are mainly having the Lonsin V-twin because it is considerably cheaper than having a Briggs or a Honda, to the point where it's only a little bit more than having a 21.2. It's still more money, right? But it's, instead of it being $2 or $3 grand more, I think it's about 800 quid to $1,000 more. When you get a massive pump and a massive engine, it's.
But is the Lonsin fuel injected?
No, carb.
So how much are we talking then for one of them Briggs fuel injected? Do you know roughly?
I'd have to check.
Yeah,
I'd have to check. They're not. I just know they're not cheap, and for companies that can't fix them because they don't understand them, they just go, "Oh, they're rubbish. They are. They're rubbish. They are. You don't want one of them. They're rubbish. You don't want one of them. They're rubbish." So I'm not a fan of that. I'm just gonna have to open this.
Yeah, no worries.
I have my inverters behind me and all of my batteries, and this little room gets really, really, really hot with the door shut. So that's one of my inverters for the roof. That's one of my inverters for the roof. And behind my microphone, that's a stack of batteries, and that's a stack of batteries.
You were putting money back into the grid, do you think?
Yeah, we run our house for $5 a month.
Bargain. includes running a car. The video is actually on Jake's YouTube, and it was the expo. We had to walk around all of the machines on the stand, and we talked about, and I actually show all the differences between the two. Was it?
Let's have a look.
Let me see if I can find it.
It'll be 14 months ago now. That will be, because it wasn't this year. Because I mean, you planned to get married during the biggest event of the cleaning year.
Peeps.
There, that one.
I've got YouTube Premium now.
Down. It's not that one.
Oh, isn't it? Not this one, no.
No, not that one.
Oh.
So it's the one that was down left from that video. It's the one with me with my big...
Oh, yeah.
It's not that one. It is up a bit. That left there, that one.
New developments, Cleaning Expo podcast with Darren. I've got the
So
same T-shirt on, look.
So we talk about the cheap machine. So if anybody wants to know the differences between... Ignore the fact they're in green, right? The principles are the same for any of the machines. There's only so many ways you can build a engine, pump and gearbox with accessories. Do you know what I mean? Just treat it for the principles. We talk about return to tanks. We talk about the unloaders. And then when we get over to the other machines, we talk about the difference between the Honda machines and the Briggs machines. Did you bring a filming person with you that day?
That was either Soph or my brother Zach.
I reckon it was your brother. Soph would have legged it round to the calf to get coffee.
Well, I think my brother came on day 1 and then Soph came on day 2, I think. Ow. And we did a whole sit-down segment, didn't we?
Yeah. It's a good video. Go and watch it.
It's only half an hour.
Yeah, it's nothing really.
Oh, that was when I had cotton bud in my ear when I burst my eardrum. From swimming in like 2 feet of water, I burst my eardrum.
Here's a good one. Would I say having a 30 litre a minute machine is necessary, or is it just a swinging competition? So, I'm going to tell you the same answer that I told Mike. So, Mike asked me this, Tidy Mike. Hold on, let me just respond to the child. One question. Another chocolate. Thanks. So, Mike said, I want more. I want bigger. I want more. So he's got his rusty boat anchor in at the moment. And I think that the size of your machine is completely relevant to the type of work that you are doing. So if you're cleaning small domestic driveways, anywhere 15 litres 200 bar to 25 litres 250 bar, that window is absolutely adequate for doing domestic properties. You definitely don't want any more, because you have all kinds of problems like water supply. I was explaining to Mike about value for money, right? You have to justify value for money. If you happen to have a much bigger machine and you're looking at a job and you're thinking, for example, this drive needs to be 250 quid because it's going to be 2 hours work plus your travel there plus your travel back. It's essentially a morning for 250 quid. You're going to go and do another one for 250 quid in the afternoon. Once you've got a bigger machine, it takes you half as much time to do. And then the customer's looking at you like, you've only been here half an hour for 250 quid. They're never going to ring you to have you back. Doesn't matter how good the job is. They're going to feel ripped off because they don't feel like they've had value. And that's what you get with domestics. If you go too big, you'll do it too quickly. You won't. If you charge for the time that you do with it, you may as well have a slower machine and do it slower and just do less jobs in a day for more money per job. Does that make sense?
It does. I'm not sure the logic quite adds up with regards to, doing it in half the time and customer never calling you back. I'm not sure about that personally. I think
so if you came to the
if a customer ever questions it, they're not paying me for my time, they're paying me for the result. And if you're happy with the result, then you pay me what I quoted.
Okay. I think I'd feel ripped off. I think so I've got a little 3-car drive out the front of mine, and that's probably a 250 quid. Now I know when I clean that myself with a small machine, it's half a day. And I know a professional will do that in 2 hours, hour and a half, 2 hours. If you turn up and do that in half an hour flat because it's a small drive, I'm going to feel ripped off.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's
anyway,
no one's doing a 3-car
ignore that for a
drive
second,
in
right?
half an hour. I don't think.
There's other stuff, so I don't think you need bigger. The bigger machines really, so your 25 pluses are for when you're doing big commercial areas like town centres, car parks, driveways, car parks. Where you're doing like really large areas.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it really comes into its own. I mean, you run your machine turned down most of the time.
Yeah. Just to run it on idle. We probably run it lower power than the 21200 on full revs.
Yeah. See, got the comments going now. Tracy disagrees. Window cleaner. Sometimes they're 5 minutes and charge 15 quid. Good for you. I'm only telling you how I'd feel personally. I don't do the job, so I don't see the end users. I just make the kit. You know what I mean?
I've got a 19 2200 and I couldn't use any more if I wanted to. Extra 10 litres per minute for what? 3 seconds less of rinsing. 21 200 for domestic is perfect. Anthony, when you're cleaning larger areas though, it does make a difference. If you've got 300 square meters of block paving and you put a 19 litre per minute machine up against a 25 or a 30, you're saving a significant amount of time, not just on the turbo nozzle but on the rinse as well.
And surface cleaner as well. So if you want to surface cleaner more of it, bigger is always better. Always with a surface cleaner, always.
Bigger machine, not bigger surface cleaner.
Yeah, bigger machine. Yeah, bigger. 30 plus litres a minute on a surface cleaner if you want to do cleaning without going back over it all the time. And you've been really vocal with some people saying, it's true, we all have our own opinions and our own experiences of some people saying because I've got X machine, I don't need to use a turbo anymore. And then I was speaking to, again, Mike at the moment, and he was saying that he still thinks even with his new V-twin, he'll have to go back with his turbo nozzle.
Mm-hmm.
When he's doing the cleans. It isn't quite enough.
It's enough to clean the face of the blocks. It's just not enough to get the weeds out. Not like a turbo nozzle will.
Let's have a look. Right, swinging the packer. Went to go get some merchant needles. I'm back. Is the Nexus poly sweep still permeable?
Yeah.
He just honestly, yes, it's permeable. Oh, thank you, babes. You're going to take the old cups with you.
I brought you Maryland cookies because I had no cookies left.
In the cupboard at the end by the cooker. There's some pork scratchings. Which
he's back on the pork scratchings.
Just because I want to crunch them down your feed. Get the microphone going. Thanks, mate. Take those cups with you. Thank you. Oh yeah, which can find it. So what have we got now? So, would you need a buffer tank with 13 litres a minute? Only if your tap is less than 13 litres a minute. Generally, I would consider it safe at 12 or 13 litres a minute to run directly off the customer's tap.
You see her? She's
oh, here we go. You might actually see the dog now. Hi, mate. Coming in. Would you like a put? Oh, that's a big one.
It's all blurry. We can't see you. You got the blurry background on.
Hold on. Can you see her now?
No.
Too dark. Alexa.
It's the blur. You got the blurry background filter on.
Oh, is it? Oh, I'm getting double blurred. I know what's going on. Hold on 1 second. Camera.
Is she a dribbler? Does she dribble as much as Coda?
Oh, big time. She is always dribbling all over the place.
We have to keep a towel hung up on the back door for every time she drinks. We have to quickly grab her mouth, and she always drinks as soon as we sit down for dinner. There it is.
Does
That's
she?
Better.
Can you see her now?
Yeah.
Hang on. Maisie, what'd you do?
Her the The marks on her chest look like a cow. She's like black and white, like a cow.
We get to do that thing, because she's a rescue, right? When she's an absolute knob, we get to go, oh, she's just a rescue, and everybody goes, oh, do you know what I mean? She's just like murdered somebody's dog or pulled somebody over, and you just go, she's a rescue, and everybody's like, oh, that's okay then if she's a rescue. We took her to a local greyhound show in our town centre. The Greyhound Trust sponsored like the local dog show, and she won best in show and best rescue, and we're quite proud of her. Really good, yeah.
We
feet though at the moment.
We have the issue when Coda goes absolutely mental at other dogs and people and stuff. It's not like a little yappy dog, like that's normal. But when it's a big Great Dane that's going crazy, trying to get off the lead, barking and snapping, and like it's terrifying for some people. And it's
so this one, what she does is when she's excited, she jumps forwards and down with both paws and barks as she goes down.
Yeah,
and it looks like she's trying to eat the other dog. One more before you go.
That's got to be so salty for her. Does she go straight to her bowl now and get some water? I bet she does.
No, she's going to sit here till I've had me. She's going to sit here till I've had the rest of my pork scratchings. Got it? You robbing my big one?
No.
Let's have a look.
Has anyone got any technical questions for Darren with regards to pressure washing equipment, machines, surface cleaners, vans?
Oh, nothing's changed in the 3 years that you've been doing this or whatever. I've been coming on. The questions are the same.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, but it's always good to. It's always good to have the door open for questions because we all start at different times. We all have the same questions. It's just it's nice to have a bit of an outlet on a Monday evening to get them all out there.
I don't mind it so much. I've kind of seen the cycles with it now, and I don't think no matter how many videos or how many guides, I still need to answer the same questions. You still need to give the same advice out because it comes in cycle of all the new people.
Yeah. Have you got any new products? Anything fun?
I do have some really exciting news. Apart from the stacks thing, house to home, every time my phone rings, I'm praying it's Darren saying your jet wash is ready in 2 weeks. Which frame are you waiting for? And I'll give you a clue live how long it's going to be. So I don't know whether to tell you this or not.
You don't have to if it's confidential.
It's not confidential. It's just it's not quite across the line yet.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the biggest decisions myself and Jeff have decided is we're going to generate spotless water at Precious Towers and put a station in. And instead of just doing window cleaner stuff as a bolt-on, so instead of just doing window cleaner combination units and doing it because people have asked us to, like part of that stacks thing, we're going to reinvent the window cleaner world and do it properly. That's going to involve hot water machines and other cool stuff for soft washing and window. Well, I'm going to say soft washing. Window cleaning is the wrong word to use, but soft washing. Cool. So we've already started sorting out changing the shop around because it's like coffee and cars in the shop. The moment it rains, we can have 15 vans turn up and everybody comes for a coffee. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
Are you thinking of providing the chemical eye wash system as a package on the website, says Tidy?
If I get asked for it enough, I'll do it.
What's the best equipment innovation in the last 5 years, says Stripe?
So, there's nothing new been invented by anybody. However, there's two things that I've introduced to the exterior cleaners, which although they've been on the market since the start of time, they were not being used. One of them was the ST2600 gun. Nobody used the ST2600 gun until I introduced it. They all used the 23. So they all use the spigot guns, but not the ones with the cam in. The one that helps you you don't have to have a whole much force on the gun. So if you didn't know, Jake, the difference between a 23 and a 26, they look exactly the same, but the trigger inside, the 26, you know that weird feeling on the trigger?
Easy press.
It rolls over a cam, so you can just hold it with your finger when it's open. If you have a normal one, you're back to trying to force it open all the time, so you're having to hold on to it. So bringing that and showing people, look, this is what you should be using to help is one of them. And the other thing was basically packaging up the Vibro X into a product that can be used to actually make a difference.
Anti-vibration.
So when that's bundled with a K series and plumbed in the right way round, you get the beautiful soft start. Not just a soft start, you get like one that you can run a pole off nicely.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's got an AI.
Yeah, Tintin says, my AI seems to be working well. A customer interacted with it, requested photos of their address, and their address the customer has now sent both over. He's playing around with the WhatsApp integrated AI. So we tested it out the other day, and you're fully aware that you're talking to an AI agent when you start chatting with it, but you can sort of train it on asking the right questions and
we've got one called Suds.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've been using one for a while. It
work
comes
well?
around at the start of every month that we use all of our credits up.
Oh.
But everybody asks him loads of questions, so he's only active for about 4 days before we run out of the £100 a month it costs for the Posh AI. But really good.
Zenith had a great idea with a winch for getting his machine in and out of the van. Any temptation to offer something similar?
I mean,
you like the van mounts, didn't you?
We've bolted winches to people's vans for them. I mean, Mike's found what I consider to be a cheat code for van flooring. He bumped into his local supplier and managed to find a material for putting down on his van floor, which would be an absolute game changer. So you don't end up with rotten wood in your van. I mean, it's really good. That's a cool thing. I mean, that isn't a new product. It's just something we're going to repurpose. Mike's already done his van. That's pretty awesome. I bolted winches in because people have asked for a winch. Wired it in.
Let's say for an established exterior cleaner, what's the most common size that you see? Sid Partridge, are we talking about vans? Sid Partridge always says he can't fit this with that, etc. Would you say your van, Jake, is more suitable size? Well, we've got two big machines in our van, and we could still do with a little bit of extra room. I think you'll always find a way of filling it. And we're always trying to streamline our equipment, but the H2L2, like Darren recommended, or was it H2L3?
No, H2L2.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's pretty perfect.
That's the smallest you should buy. You should buy the smallest of the big vans.
Yeah.
Is the smallest van you should have. I used to always think it was a Renault Traffic, and you get away with a H1L2. But I've done so many of them now. I mean, my TikTok is full of us constantly finding ways of trying to squeeze so much equipment into little teeny weeny vans and still free to scaffold tower. In Scott's PSIs is a great example of that. He's got like everything in his van, and his van's long wheelbase Traffic, and he can still get his scaffold pushed in through the side door because that gap's been left empty. And he's got V-twin, 500 litres of water, boiler, chemical pump, normal DI water, DI bottles, and a twin stack reel for the chemical and the pure. And he's got 2 reels on the back, one for fill and one for jet wash, all on a Renault Traffic. But that took quite a bit of shoehorning in.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to see more now over the next 2 years of people starting with the next size van up, because the vans are roughly the same price and they cost roughly the same amount of money to run.
It's just size, isn't it? It's just having such a massive van on your drive, or taking the kids on the school run with a huge van. Like it is a different animal, but they don't feel any different to drive in my experience. You're still just driving a vehicle.
Can you hear me chew my port scratchings down the mic?
It's fine. It doesn't bother me. I know it bothers some people.
Mm-hmm. But
I
yeah,
like,
that's well, mate.
I was just going to say, I like my big van. You do always find a way to fill whatever space that you're in. You'll fill it. You'll think, I've got room for that, and then you'll order more stuff, and then think, I can keep that in the van instead of taking it out every night, and you'll just fill it. But I'd rather be able to get in the van and stand up and have a little bit of walking room than to not be able to get in the van or to have to crouch when you're in the van. It's nice to be able to stand up in the back of the van.
One of these days, somebody's going to turn up with a big enough van that I can make it so you can walk in between all the equipment, have it down the 2 sides with a gap in the middle so you can actually get in to maintain stuff instead of literally cramming it all in.
Yeah.
I was hoping, I talked about it with somebody the other day, basically doing a burger van trailer. So treat it like the American pickups, where they've got engines on one side, hose reels on the other.
Yeah.
Put an enclosed box van, and picture burger van, where you can open up the hatch, for example, and have all your hose reels across the hatch. And then on the other side, have all of the engines at the same height.
Doug did something similar, didn't he?
Who did?
Doug.
No, totally different to that.
Oh.
Where you have like the water tanks.
Yeah, but yeah,
underneath
what I'm saying is he had a pickup with like sliding doors on the side where he had his pressure washer, and then he had like a hose reel, but in like I know what you mean, in like a burger van instead.
I love that pickup we did at Doug's. That's a timeless build, that is.
I like the idea of a pickup, but there's just not enough room for me, I don't think.
I mean, with extra lads, you can run extra vans. The problem is, it's when it's just you and you run out of room, you have to find creative ways to put your kit in.
We want one of these big Mercedes trucks. They are called... What are those Mercedes 4x4 nutty things called? Unimog. Have you seen them Unimogs?
Andy, hope you're offering coffee with a spotless water. I'm going to put a paid machine in. And I'm going to get a sweet machine.
Has anyone seen these? Oh, whoops. Anyone seen these on the road? Something like that. Big.
You buying one of them for 100 grand, are you?
They're insane money, aren't they? But like, what a cool vehicle. Imagine turning up in one of them. Just so sick.
I think it's too high off the ground.
Yeah, it is too high. It's totally impractical. The fuel economy would be insane.
8 miles to the gallon.
Yeah.
45 mile an hour travelling to where you're going to. It is orange, though.
It is orange. It is orange. My ply flooring has rotten through recently, so looking at a buffalo board replacement or Tidy's new innovation floor I saw last Friday. HX 6x6.
When we're going go-karting, anyway. That's more important.
You want to do go-karting again?
Yeah, bring your Luca across, or I'll come to you, one down by you.
Oh, that's sick. Look at this one.
That's mega.
Oh, the image is too small. Damn it. 6 wheels.
Because those extra wheels matter, don't they?
Yeah. Oh, another big orange one. Cool.
With extra wheels as well.
Yeah. Because now we can
That's got to.
we can pressure wash off road. Because there's always
That's AI.
a need
That's
for
not even
that.
real. Look at the second shock absorber at the back.
Yeah.
So look at the wheel. That GPT, make me a 6-wheel orange Unimog.
Oh.
Here we go. I can't get a bigger van. 90% of my customers up small country lanes. Now, how much bigger, wider is your van compared to Renault Traffic?
I don't think it's any wider.
It's just taller and a little bit longer.
Yeah. Yeah, we have, honestly, we have no issues getting places. If anything, the only issue we have is that the ladders hit trees occasionally on the roof. It's the only issue we have. In terms of width and stuff, parking, it's fine. H2L2.
I had Ryan from Curbside up. He lost a bloody solar panel on the way to my place.
Oh.
I think he clipped something, dislodged it, and then he got on the motorway and his solar panel came flying off his roof on the motorway.
Oh my God.
Left all of the wires dangling.
That's a bit risky, isn't it? Someone taking a solar panel to the windscreen. Unimogs are often used for forestry work, portal axles, so very high ground clearance, not needed for our work. They definitely are needed for our work. Imagine rolling up in one of them.
More like a want than a need, isn't it?
You create your own parking spaces with that thing. You just push stuff out
Drive
of the way.
over everybody.
Yeah.
House to home. I'll be a van out with the twin wheels. Give Ron or Helen a bell. I might have one. If you're not got a date in the diary yet, I think there's one left over that's just come in today. So give them a call. See if that one's got your name on. Ron. Helen was too busy today to do calls for that. She was accountancy and banking and that kind of stuff. Ronaldo's first day back off his holiday tomorrow. Just give him a shout or drop him a WhatsApp.
We've been going 2.5 hours. Are you... I'm getting a bit tired. Should we wrap this up?
I am. Have you seen I'm starting to fall asleep?
No, I wasn't. It was me. We've had quite a tough weekend, and trying to train Hugo at the same time as getting these big jobs, over the finish line. I'm pretty exhausted, and I've had late nights, like I said. But evening, chaps. Do you get your chemical setup done in your van? Yes, we're having some teething issues, so it's not ready to reveal to the wider audience yet. I want to get it right before we reveal it. It's very basic, but it works. I don't even know if it's considered cheap at this point because we put quite a lot of money into it. But when you try and do stuff cheap and then it ends up being more expensive than the thing you were trying to avoid doing in the first place.
Every time. I have a Renault Clio on my car park that's exactly that. I've replaced everything to chase an intermittent problem on it. I should have just took it to the garage and just paid them to replace the one thing that's wrong with it.
Yeah.
Whatever that one thing may be is.
Yeah. Where can people find you, Darren?
Me?
Yeah.
So if you search for Precious Washers Stafford on any of the socials, YouTube, TikTok, FaceTube, any of them, you'll find us. We have our website, pwsce.co.uk. But here's a disclaimer. Not everything that we do is on our website. It's just an idea of what we do. Most people that use us want the advice, want the experience. So they pick up the phone and they call us. We have a strong WhatsApp now. I managed to fix that. You'll be able to see, it hasn't refreshed for you. If you type in stacks at the top, you can see the stacks. I've written up the full product about it. I've so WhatsApp is used most of the time now, and I managed to find a piece of software. Jake, here's a tip for you, called Como, and what it does is it feeds in all of my socials and WhatsApp all into one platform that you can also deploy an AI on. So all of my staff have access to all of it, pings all of them and the computers at work, all in one place. So the biggest problem I had was, as we were growing, it was managing all the different communication channels that were open. So you were really big. I don't know if you still are on. If you want to quote, email me or fill the form in or whichever it was at the time, and that's the only way I'll quote. For me, we get questions on Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, email, website, live chat on the website, my personal Facebook, Jeff's personal Facebook. You know what I mean? There's so many channels. So I used a piece of software now called Como that feeds into one. So now at work, there's like 6 people answering the messages now as the day goes on. So it's quite a good thing.
What's the interface like? Does it respond to them on the same platform automatically? So if they get in touch on Facebook, you type in on this platform, and it responds through Facebook for them. But it's all on one interface.
For us, yeah. So for me, it's on my phone now or whatever, and it's on the computers at work like a login. It's called Como, Kommo. Can't recommend it enough for drilling all your stuff into one place. When I've fixed it a little bit better, we'll use it for sales channels because it's a full built-in sales pipeline software. So you can stream them all into, so you could do your leads and stuff through it just by dragging all your different conversations across and then putting your customer history in one place. So I've been working on making my website sync the customer data with Como. So when we're having a WhatsApp chat with you through Como, it tells us what you brought off us, what machine you've got. If we think you're a knob, because we might have written that in the notes, so on and so forth. I think it's really good.
Do you know how much you're paying for that?
It's about, I think it's £9 a user a month.
Mm-hmm.
So you could just have you and Soph could help, or you and one of the lads, for example, or just you on your own. It's incredibly cheap.
I've just for the first time got a personal number, so I've got Kieran and Soph on the WhatsApp, on the business WhatsApp, and they're responding to messages and sending invoices and quotes and stuff, and so all 3 of us are using it, which is really cool. So something like that does sound good.
Yeah, so I found the limitations with the business WhatsApp was what'll happen is you will be somewhere with that phone because you'll have it on yours as well, right? And you'll be logged in on it with the SIM card with you, for example, and it'll log out on one of the other devices at the most inconvenient time when you can't be near it to scan the code and make it work again.
Yeah, you can only have 4 users on the free account, can't you?
And 4 users. That was the other problem I'd got. Yeah. And the other thing was it didn't stop all of the other different things. So, like I say, I'm not sponsored by them. I didn't get a deal on it. I found it by accident. It took us a little while to get it working properly for us. Not because it doesn't work, but because we needed to get used to it. But now it's really good. It's really sorting our comms out. Because the only problem I've got now is when people message me personally. So I'll read a message at 10 o'clock at night, assume I've responded to it because the next day I've read it and it's disappeared, and I haven't. I've fallen asleep because my phone's in my hand, and there's no backup mechanism because I've received another 50 or 60 messages. I think if I open up my Facebook, I'll probably have 200 unread messages on it at least. That's
the thing about having a personal account, is that you've got to send them, say, please message the work account if you don't want your message to get missed or something. Like have a copy and paste message. You have it in your notes, a copy and paste. Hi, this is my personal account, and you can sift through the ones that are asking for help, and just say, "Ask me on the work chat," and then your message won't get missed.
Do you know what my biggest bugbear is at the moment?
What?
When I get told once every 3 weeks, I get told that I haven't answered somebody quickly because they're not having a van mount and they're not a famous YouTuber. I only work with those people.
Mm.
And if you've ever been in my place, you'll know that that is not the case at all. I help everybody. And that's because the perception that because we're active with our socials, we only entertain being around the certain people. And that's not the case. My interactions with people that do YouTube and social media is every now and again.
It's the same with me with the sponsors thing. I'll only use stuff from people who pay me the most money. It's just not the case. It's like I actually don't care what people think anymore, because I know what I'm doing is like I feel like I'm a good person and I hold myself to a certain standard, and what I'm trying to do is just be, honesty and integrity first. And like you, I wouldn't worry about them, the little shitty comments every now and again.
No, it just irritates me. It irritates you. Same feeling.
I'm over it now. I did let that sort of stuff fester and just I did used to think about it quite often, but it's just like I ain't got time for it. Don't care.
Yeah, Joshua, the good old Meglio. Still got one of them. I did sell 2 of my RS Clios to buy my new car. I sold 2 RS Clios and the Ami, and I had a big clear out of other toy car stuff to buy the new orange weapon.
What's next?
It's quite exciting.
What if that's too slow for you now? What's next?
It isn't. It is. In my opinion, I think it's an amazing GT road car that looks like a true sports car. It looks like a Ferrari 458 from the side. Do you know what I mean? From another angle, it might look like a McLaren. From another angle, it looks like a bloody Elise, right? But it's one of those things. But I think that when you push on with it, it's possibly a touch soft. But when you do 100 mile an hour in it, and 100 mile an hour on a private road in it, unlike an Audi RS5 where you can't tell how fast you're going, it's probably the same in the Jag. You probably don't realise how fast you're going because it's absorbing the bumps and it's quite relatively smooth. I know it's... what I'm trying to say is some of the bigger fast cars, you tend to not feel how fast you're going.
I can't put my foot down in it. You just run out of road so quickly. It's just pointless having that power there.
But it doesn't. But what I'm getting at is, I've driven cars like that down the same B road, private B road, at 140 mile an hour, and it's not felt like I'm going 140 mile an hour.
Yeah,
and that's not because they handle amazingly well or whatever. Just the whole size, feeling, the size of the screens. You know what I mean? Everything about it. Just you don't feel like you don't go in that fast.
Yeah.
This thing, however, feels like you're doing every mile an hour you're doing.
You're connected.
You feel every bit. And I mean, I regularly jump it down the private roads that were the private racetrack between Uttoxeter and Stafford. And I might jump it and do all the rest of the stuff with it, but it feels a touch soft. I think if I was to track it or try and push on with more sportier cars, I think that as it digs in, and digs in is the wrong word, as it loads up, it's quite compliant on the road, which makes it a nice road car. But I think if I track dayed it would show its hand quite quickly.
Is it turbocharged or naturally aspirated?
It's a 3.5 litre V6 supercharged. It came out of the factory as a Motorsport 400 edition, and it's been to a place called Comtech or Comitech, and had this 10 grand kit where it's got this carbon fibre intake, work done on the supercharger, something done with the exhaust, something done somewhere. It's a lot of work it's had done to it. It's now basically 500 horsepower. And it sounds like, it's so loud, it sounds like a Lamborghini or one of those type of cars. I mean, people stop and turn around and look at it and point. And I mean, I went to a local car show with it, and this kid comes running around the corner. He's like, Mister, rev your Lamborghini up. And I'm like, first of all, kid, it's Lamborghini. I said, and that isn't one of them. But I've turned it off now, and I'm not about to start it back up again.
There's nothing better than when a kid says, rev it.
I know.
Okay.
I know. I mean, performance-wise, it's faster in a straight line than a GT4, which surprised me with the GT4 being a bit lighter.
A Porsche GT4?
A 718 Porsche GT4.
Like quarter mile, it's faster.
Down the B road. From a standing start, me and a friend racing each other from a standing start, down a B road, foot flat to the floor, gapped it. Properly gapped it. Not because it was bends, straight line, gapped it.
Bloody hell.
I reckon it's slower than a GT3. I reckon it's somewhere between the two. And considering it's got 4 seats in it, and as Mike will tell you, we had it turned on with all the traction control. I wasn't even in race mode, but I pulled out of a local junction a bit quickly the other day, and we fully 11'd it, hung the arse out like a hero, and went drifting off down the street with it. Sat out with everything turned on. It was pretty spectacular, really.
Mine spins the wheels with traction on. I didn't know that was possible. I didn't think it would let you.
No, I thought it would cut, but no, it let me hang out, which was pretty impressive for cars. I don't mean you could talk about cars forever.
Yeah, this turned into a car podcast.
But do you know what? There's nothing wrong with cars. You know, here we go. The MG is more fun. So I brought a family car, Jake.
The big one. Was it electric?
Yes, I got rid of the Ioniq 5. So I sold that because Sonia had that job, so I sold it. We didn't need it. I was happy with the camper van and life as it was. And I decided that I wasn't going to buy a McLaren or a fast car. So I decided I was going to replace the family car with a reasonably fast electric car with a 30 grandish budget, and I wanted to buy a Porsche Taycan. That was what I went out to buy. And instead, I came home with a brand spanking new MG X-Power and change. The thing is absolutely unreal. Like, it obviously doesn't handle as well as any of the other cars, right?
What's it
but
called?
you should watch the reviews. MG X-Power. Sounds like satin green.
Sounds like a bloody Power Ranger. Satin green. I've just pulled one up.
Orange brake calipers. The most disappointing thing about those brake calipers, that looks exactly like mine there. The most disappointing thing about those brake calipers,
stickers.
I'll get a better picture up. No. Find a better picture. Like of an actual car with the wheels not moving. You know how massive the brakes look? Like it's got massive, like, sports car, super large calipers on it in orange.
Yeah.
They're plastic covers.
Yeah, they look like, I was going to say that they're actually further away from the brake disc than you expect.
Bolt-on plastic covers.
That's pretty funny.
That'll beat my orange car
in
a drag race. It takes all the family in it. Early 20s, brand new.
Perhaps not as exciting though. With no,
it depends how much you push your foot down.
Yeah, I just mean with no noise behind it. You know what I mean? I've always struggled with the idea of an electric car, but
if you turn the traction control off on it and you overtake a car that's doing 50 mile an hour and you floor it as you're pulling out, the change of direction you're pulling out makes the front wheel spin on it. It's 4-wheel drive. It makes the front wheel spin at 50 mile an hour.
Bloody hell.
And chirp.
Have you seen the new Renault Alpine?
The Renault 5 looks lovely. I'd love one of them.
I am actually not thinking. I saw that one, but also the new Alpine. They've got like a little glass thing in the bonnet. I keep seeing them about now, and they look really nice. These little things.
Given all the jet wash questions have dried up, we'll just talk about cars for 5 minutes before we finish.
I do need to go to bed because I'm knackered. But what are these called? A290. A290. Have you seen these? You must have seen these about. They look really cool.
Yeah. Well, they do the Renault 5 Turbo version, don't they?
Yeah.
With the fly-off handbrake and a wide body kit.
Yeah. Anyway, this is going to a different place.
Just very quickly, type in Renault 5 Turbo. New Renault 5 Turbo.
They've got a drift mode on them, haven't they?
They've got an hydraulic fly-off handbrake.
It's
and like something like 1,000 horsepower or something.
I don't know why they've called it a turbo when it's an electric car.
That's it.
Fully electric.
Limited run. Mark McCann's brought one.
Yeah.
I would love one of them. Oh, lastly, let's talk about range anxiety with electric cars for a moment. Right. Camper van, 500 miles on a tank. Pickup, 400 miles on a tank. Electric car, 250 miles on a tank. Orange car, 160 miles on a tank.
Really? Is it just got a small tank? Because it's not going to be that thirsty when it's such a light car, surely.
Depends how fast you go.
Oh, right.
It is only like a 50-litre tank in it.
Yeah.
Small. When you drive it on the motorway, normally it'll return 39 to the gallon, nearly 40 to the gallon if you drive with the speed limiter on. However, I'm getting around 15 to the gallon out of it, maybe less.
Have you seen the new? Someone just mentioned it in the chat. They mentioned Land Rover. Have you seen the Grenadier? They look like an old Land Rover, and these are quite cool looking. There's also we're looking at
It's not actually a Land Rover, is it? It's a different company, isn't it, that makes it like the old Defenders.
Yeah. Very utilitarian looking inside. We're looking at a Hyundai Santa Fe hybrid. I think these are sick.
The only thing I would say after owning a Hyundai, I wasn't overly impressed with the build quality.
Oh, really?
So I had the Ioniq 5, and this MG that I've got now is built better than the Ioniq 5 was.
Oh, that's interesting.
So I went out in, I would consider a Geely, if I was buying something like that.
What?
Geely, I think it's a Geely G10, I think it is, something like that. Geely, Geely, I think it is.
Yeah, I'm only looking at the Honda because it looks sick. This is kind of
that one in white. That one in white. That's a nice looking car.
It's kind of standard looking, and it looks like everything else on the road. Whereas I thought this Hyundai just looks a little bit special. and they're massive as well.
Well, for work, I'm going to have one of those Kia PV5s.
Oh yeah, I've seen them. They look impressive.
Mm.
But don't they start
They do
from
look
like?
pretty.
Oh no, it's the PV8. Is it? It starts from like 80 grand or something. What's the?
Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah, you're on about the big 4x4, aren't you, with the square fronts? Oh,
Yeah.
they're a fair thing, they are.
I
They're
need
a
to
fair
go.
thing.
I need to go because I'm knackered.
Yeah, me too. Let's have a look. China did a knockoff Land Rover. Other stuff. Well, thank you very much for having me. It's been good to see you, mate.
Yeah,
We'll arrange go-kart and whatnot.
thanks for joining me. It's been nice. Yeah, if anyone wants to see the work that Darren does, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Do you still upload? Do you upload YouTube Shorts? Yeah. Pressure washer sales and service. No, sorry. That one rolls off the tongue because I say it so often. I'm so sorry. Precious washers.
I just want to get for my proud sponsors. I'd just like to mention Pressure Washer Sales and Service.
They don't sponsor me.
If you nip in and see Ollie will hook you up with all of your pressure washing needs and requirements.
I'm tired. They don't sponsor me, brother. Precious Washers, Stafford.
Right? I've always said it about Ollie. Good kit, good company. Good plug, Jake.
It wasn't on purpose. I'm sorry. It wasn't intentional. You know, everyone gets you both mixed up. Everyone confuses PWS.
Yeah. Except ours are the green ones.
Yeah.
The alarm bell should just ring immediately. If you wanted a green one and you're suddenly getting talked about a non-green one, alarm bell should ring. And if you're not after a green one and suddenly getting offered a green one, you know you've rung the wrong company the other way.
Yeah. Right. Thank you so much, mate. See you soon. Buddy. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
That was nice, wasn't it? Oh, I've just choked on my little bit of chocolate. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, if you're in the Discord and you want to be in the members map, please have a look at the announcements section, and that will let you know how to get verified for the members map. It's going to go on my website soon, so all of my customers from afar will see it, and if you're local to them, instead of contacting me, they'll probably end up contacting you directly. So it's a good tool. I'm going to be opening it up to the wider public after I've hosted it on my website, so you're best to get in early and sort of lock down your area. Great to have everyone on. Thank you so much. Thank you, Darren, for joining me. And I'll see you guys